So, I would like for each and every single one of you to all gather around the table, and let me tell you all a Voden fable. To gather around for the tale of these survivors, the tale of the looming corruption and a jaded destiny. Would this be the infamous tale of Valley of Dreams and the legendary tale of the Soulbound? Previously, our heroes, victorious after defeating the Orog, would rest and tend to their wounds. They'd gather themselves before making their final trek up the mountain. However, they'd split off into two groups, with one deciding to drop down the well and let it take them, others climbing the mountains with their strength and continuing forth. Eventually, with some navigation, they'd reunite and learn the nature of water in the Dragon Valley, of how it wielded a mystical presence connecting to one's spiritual self. However, Agni, the turtle sorcerer, would refuse after being knocked into the water. Stubborn as he was, he'd be flustered as he'd hear a strange sort of voice from afar, saying there would be no need for another shackle. Pushing on, the individuals will find two compatriots and an old Myconid and Philo, as well as an engineer and a red panda ringtail named Mao. However, after a bit of discussion, Mao, Zaman, and Gore would find themselves ringing a nearby gong, and upon doing so, they'd hear a strange screech from afar. That said, survivors, listen now. With you meeting the first two individuals not seeking to kill you in the valley, will you keep them alive, or will you let them waste away and die in Session 6 of Valley of Dreams? And with that, my friends, let us begin with today's session. Alrighty. Y'all know the stakes, let's do it. So, while this is loading off to the side, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of ambient music and also change maps for you. Oh, good. Alright. We're going to swap on over to here, and I'll also explain what's happening around you. So, boom, and boom. Alright. Zoom out a little bit. So, as we pick up exactly where we left off, it seems to be as you all, or all six of you, as well as the other individuals and old man Philo, as well as Mao, begin to look over, and you see as Agni and Azura's form, there seems to be two sort of astral figures before them and behind them, differing shapes and sizes, but you see as they begin to immediately almost conjoin and merge with them into their very selves. As it happens, you sort of look puzzled for a brief moment. However, there's no time to react to that, as something else begins to occur before you. You look out and you see as this strange mist clouds all of your vision, and the sky begins to break before your very eyes as it turns into nighttime. You see as several creatures begin to slowly kind of apparate out of this strange greenish, bluish, and even purplish mist. You look over and it seems to be bits of their flesh is kind of hanging out, but you also see as they have several dozen legs about them, sort of skittering amongst the grounds. They shamble closer towards you all, barely connected by an astral light. Their blood the same color as it spills out onto the ground, and as they get closer and closer, they just break out into a full-on sprint. 8-legged creatures, and with that, your souls are shackled. And the time for battle is now. Everyone, you know what time it is. It's time for you guys to roll a good old-fashioned initiative. Alrighty, before you guys do that, I need to DM one player in particular. And also let me enable you guys to roll for initiative. Boop. There you go. You guys can do that off to the side and get you guys a little bit of ambience while I'm setting this up. Alright, combat, boom, and we can do this. Alrighty. Also, everybody good. Mic check, 1, 2.
Yep.
Alright, dope.
Yep.
Right.
Yo.
Fly, Eagle, fly.
Most hilarious piece I ever seen, bro.
Uh-oh, ankles.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's been
quite some time for me. I
got
forgot
you.
how to roll initiative.
Nah, you're good, you're good. Don't worry. So here's what you're gonna do, V. Well, hold on, let me pull this up so I can start DMing this individual. Here, V, hold off for 2 seconds and I got you. 2 seconds. In the meantime, you can just double click on your token and you can just look at all of your abilities, review everything, and get a little quick reminder. I gotta type this out real quick and then I got you.
Thank you.
This music is kind of popping.
Are we ready, bro?
Hope you're ready.
We need all the fire we can get, bro.
That's
Oh,
right.
you wasted burning them trees, bro.
All right. Everybody check your DMs. If you don't get anything, oh well. All right. That said, V, this is how you do the initiative thing. Let me help you out here. Let me. Did it freeze? Nah. Oh well. All right, I can fix it over here. One moment. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to look into the top right of the screen. You're gonna look for like a little punching icon. You'll see it up at the top. Let me know if you see it.
Yep.
All right. After that, you're gonna look over to where your character is. You hit the D20 icon, and there you go. You're good to go. All right. For some reason, tabletop wants to freeze on me over on this end, so I'm gonna see if I can. Here, we'll refresh it over off to the side, and I can go over this. Oh, there we go. Fix it. Go. All right, cool. Also, oh goodness, I almost forgot about this. And last but not least, got this, and we got this. Oh goodness gracious. Here we go. Hopefully this should work. Nah, it's still acting up.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Yeah, my vision.
Yep. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show.
That was hilarious.
I thought we're
Yep.
still in
Uh-huh.
Tutorial
Yeah.
Island.
Oh
No
goodness.
more tutorials, bro.
No, you are still in the tutorial. You are level 2, my friend.
So okay, just making sure we all know we're level 2.
All right. I'm gonna be stream, just so you guys know. I'm gonna be trying to refresh the Foundry thingy over on my end. So you're gonna see like a bunch of like weird stuff on the main screen. Just wait like 2 minutes and it'll be done. I'm gonna be dealing with the players and everything. All right, let's see if they've made the decision.
Yo, this is the best roll you've ever made, Agni. It's
Well,
crazy.
that's the whole fact.
Yo, you ready? You must be angry, bro. Man's on high alert.
You get to know that. All right. That being said, let's do this. So, a couple of traits for this fight that I need to go over. Well, I'll be honest with you, friends. It's only really one, and it's a bad one. All right. All right, so following traits for this fight are as followings. Cosmic Death. Simple as that. All right, there are no other traits besides this for this fight. Cosmic Death, if you guys do not know, is as straightforward as this. If you die to any of these creatures that I'm about to reveal, as in die, not be knocked unconscious, but actually die, you fail all your death saving throws by the hand of these individuals. Then, not only does your character die, but all of the characters you have ever played in Project Aurora also die, and they're erased from existence, as if they never even were. That said, be very, very careful. Use your allies. and be smart, or you will perish. That said, any questions on cosmic death or any traits before we go?
Just quick mic check, real quick.
Oh, awesome.
But are these guys considered like our allies? Do they look like combatants? This mushroom and
From what you can tell, an easy, it's not a real check needed. Yeah, they look to be on your side. They seem to be as confused as you.
okay. I just didn't know if he's farmer with a shotgun or is he actually here to help.
Oh man. Also, in the top right of the screen, if you ever do go over there, you'll probably see like a couple of enemies. They are not actually in the combat. They are just used for initiative's sake. So you can ignore them completely. All right.
I don't even see him, so all right.
All right,
It sounded like don't go over there. That's what it sounded like.
I can't see anything, bro.
Good.
Oh, I see
Y'all
the
can see
circle
like
in this.
y'all can see like 5 feet in front of you at the least, right?
Yeah, that's
Is there
about
anybody
it.
that literally can't see anything? Like I'm talking about complete darkness. All right, dope. Everything works then.
Oh,
Let's do
man.
it then.
It's good to have dark vision. When you have that moment and you realize it's good to have dark vision.
Oh,
I wish.
Well, all initiative has been rolled, all traits have been decided. That being said, your souls are shackled and the time for battle is now. Let us begin. Top of the round, we have War Chief Agni. Sean, what would you like to do as you receive initiative?
This is new. I don't see anything though, correct?
So you see what your
never
token
mind.
sees.
I don't.
You see what
Yeah,
your
okay.
token sees.
Copy. Does my character know I'm in a fight? Do I know like I'm in initiative? I know they're like running to me.
So here's what happens. So you, after getting this sort of strange experience with the sort of astral force behind you, as that happened, there was no real time to sort of ask questions about that because you heard a sort of strange screech begin to sort of emanate off to the side around the forest. Looking around, oh, did I also? That'd be pretty helpful. I should probably do this and reveal some things to you. You look over and you see as there are several creatures skittering about or bolting directly towards you and all of your allies. Let me do this and this. Sorry about that, guys. All right, and I believe that is all. Yep. So you do look over at them, and from what you can tell, war training coming into play, you know that these are probably going to try to kill you.
Okay. I can't see any, so there's no use doing
Your character can see one
Intuition
over
check?
here at the moment.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Oh.
That said, if you're trying to do an intuition check, yes, you may make a wisdom check, and then you add expertise on top of that. 18 plus 4 plus another 2. Yeah, that's a lot. All right, what would you like to learn, and what are you identifying?
Do they have any abilities?
Any
I can
abilities for martial or for intuition checks available? No, not really. Nothing that's can be discernible for this fight.
I guess right now, who is their priority target?
Priority target. If that's the case, I'll give you this one for free. They seem to be all sort of skittering about, kind of to the closest person from what you can tell, but all around the map, they seem to be headed towards whatever was at the gong.
Okay. And last question. Sorry, asking a lot of questions. How far up is like this gong from us down here?
From you to climb this sort of cliff, it's about, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe it's 10 feet, so that's what we'll say for now. So you have to climb up there, and then go past that afterwards.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about climbing. I guess seeing that one there, Agni's going to kind of look at his hand, close it into a fist, and grab his scythe, getting ready for combat.
All right.
He's going to step forward, and he is going to ready. He's probably gonna ready a dodge action. No, actually, no. Fuck it. We'll hold an attack. He's going to ready an attack action.
All right. What are you readying it for?
If one of the spiders decides to come into range,
Okay.
he is going to ready a green flame blade.
All right, that being said, you begin to almost conjure the bits of the spell, lighting your scythe to a greenish flame, holding it off and waiting for the right opportune moment. As you stand your ground, is that your turn?
He's also going to say,
Oh.
eyes up, everyone. It seems we are under attack. I recommend everyone try to stay within at least one ally. We don't want to get overwhelmed.
And as you begin to sort of... Oh, go ahead. If you were doing anything
Oh,
else.
I was also going to say one more thing. His bonus
Go for it.
action, he's going to help Cora in terms of directing her attention at the spiders over here.
All right. As you end to point forth and get her eyes directly onto the spiders, you begin to, as you're sort of like issuing out these commands, you begin to sort of cough and hack. Bits of this sort of green and purplish mist begins to actually seep further and further into the muzzle, despite it. However, because you have a muzzle on top of that, I will give you advantage for this specifically, Agni, but I need every last one of you. You almost feel as if this sort of strange mist is almost turning your insides upside down. I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw for me. I actually meant to do this at the beginning of the beginning of your turn, but it is fine.
I also can hold my breath for an hour, if that makes any difference.
I'm giving you advantage with the muzzle and everything, so.
Is it like a poison?
Not for you.
Because we're
You're
Warforged.
Warforged.
So
I'll give you. Yeah, I'll give you guys advantage on this. Yeah, I'll give you guys it. Actually, wait. Are you Warforged or you androids? No, you have your things. Cora and Zaman, you're fine. You don't need to make rolls for this. Whenever I mention it.
Oh, so we don't need to make rolls?
You don't need to make rolls.
Perfect.
There is no logical way it could affect you.
All right. Warforged, let's go.
All right. So what we got across the board? Agni, what'd you get?
20.
20. That's success. Cora, or never mind. Azura, what about you?
13.
13. That's good. Gore, what about you?
Bad day, bad day, bad day. Nat 1.
Ooh, that is a big fail. That is unfortunate. All right. And Addy Dark, what about you?
22.
All right. So at this point, you guys look over to the likes of Gore, Zaman, and Mao. You look over towards Gore, and you see as he begins to sort of cough and hack up a little bit. And you look over towards him. He doesn't really. There's something with his eyes and begin to go a little bit sunken for a moment. He's not looking the greatest right now. But that is all for the time being. All right. That said, Agni, that is your turn. Next up in initiative, we have Azura. What would you like to do?
So she moved. Wow. So she hearing Agni make that call, she says, "Philo, get behind us. We don't know how many of these creatures are out here in the wild. Have you ever seen anything like this?" Referencing the, I guess, spores, whatever is in the air.
He will begin to sort of say and kind of nod, and then just sort of make the motion of sort of covering your mouth.
So she does that with her free hand. She goes like this while she has her other hand. Her dominant hand is on the hilt of her blade.
Got it.
But I'm gonna roll a martial check.
All right, intuition check. Make a wisdom check, and then add expertise as well.
Yep, wisdom. Yeah, 20.
All right, 20. What would you like to know about the creature?
So, oops, I think I just pressed something. Shit. Okay, there we go. So, seeing this big thing over there, actually, can you also check what's this in the air, floating in the air?
Yeah, if you want to identify exactly what it is, kind of.
Yeah. How about that?
All right. Essentially, here's how it works. At initiative 20 is what it should be. You guys make a Constitution saving throw each time, or you are going to be diseased.
Okay.
Odin
So
got COVID.
Or the DC is, I believe, 10.
Okay, so with that noted, the last thing Azura does yell out to the others, the ones that are closest that could hear is, make sure you all cover your nose and mouth. This is going to be an icky situation if it gets into your lungs. And then she, like I said, she covers her mouth and stuff, as Philo suggested. And she's going to go 5, 10. She's gonna go right here, like to kind of in a way to protect Philo. I mean,
Yeah.
and go into just dodge.
All right.
And that's her turn.
As you stand in front of Philo, or putting your hand amongst the hilts of your blade, waiting for any danger to come towards you. That is your turn, Azura. Next up in initiative, we have Mao. All right, here's what Mao is going to do. He will look over towards the likes of Gore and Zaman. And as he's sort of doing this, you look over towards the gong, and it's still constantly sort of ringing over and over and over again. As it does, you see as it's alerting more and more individuals to your position. Mao will sort of look over towards you, and he, hold up 1 second. He will look over towards Zaman and Gore and just say, here. We need to stop this sort of ringing of the gong. Can you all protect me while I try to disable this?
The mom would say, of course, you have my protection. Go,
right.
I will look from one side, you look from the other.
Little-tailed one, Gore will protect you.
And then Zaman will look at Gore gagging and say, "You look, look. I'll take the front. So you take the other side. I'm gonna have to protect both of you. You're not looking so well."
Greedy one. Gore will be just fine. Just fine. Yeah. Gore will be just fine.
I said, Mao begins to sort of look at you, but there's no time to sort of worry. He rushes over to the gong, and you see as he begins to sort of take out multiple bits of tools and sort of carving or instruments and starts going to work onto the gong. That said, that's his turn. Zaman, you receive initiative. What you got for us?
Copy. Zaman is gonna go right. Oh wow. Okay. He's gonna go right here, and seeing that, he's going to. He's going to cast Enchain in that area.
Enchain, oh boy. All right, cast the spell towards the individuals, and let's see what you got.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, Enchain. So describe how this sort of looks as you cast the spell.
You see like the earth start to ripe with these metal chains to try to engulf these spiders and keep them from moving.
All right. As it does, you see as it begins to restrain and restrict the bits of metal sort of wrapping around a handful of these spiders. However, I need to check one little thing. However, you see as they begin, or it wraps around them, more and more of the horde begins to just sort of step over and continue forth towards them, unaffected. The bigger spider off to the side, it wraps around him for a brief moment, but he's able to rip and tear out of it and continue charging forth over to you. They are immune to restraint, the little ones.
B? Seeing that, he says, well, we can't hold them in place. We're going to have to fight these creatures off, and he's going to tell God they're coming from this direction. We should make sure that we position ourselves in a way that Mao stays safe.
Gore will do what he does best. Don't worry, greedy one.
And that will end his turn.
Alrighty. Next up in initiative, we have the swarm of spiders, and after that, giant spider, and then Korra. Okay, so swarm of spiders. They are going to. How much movement they got? Okay. Yep. They will get just. Wait, hold on. What? Did not go to the. Hold on. Make sure. I don't want to cheat or anything. Yeah. Okay. It just dropped it wherever in the wrong spot. Okay, they will dash over to the likes of Zaman, this one over here, and they will immediately try to just overwhelm his entire form, biting down a dozen. All right. That is going to be a 14. However, as they try to bite and tear into your armor, it's too hardy and too strong for them to get through. That is their turn over there. This individual is going to jump down towards the likes of Azura and Philo, and they are going to yeah, they're going to use their action to dash closer, and that is about as far as they can get. All right, that's what they're doing. These individuals are all going to use their action to dash. All right, 40 here, 40 here, another 40 here. And they're gonna dash over here, dropping down, getting closer to Agni and Korra. And these are going to do the same. And these individuals are going to... this individual is going to get right beside you, Agni. You can make your attack or your reaction to attack them with Green Flame Blade.
I can't see anything, so I can't target anything.
Is it like completely black or something?
No, it's Forge. I'm just like behind, so there's like nothing I can see.
Gotcha. Okay, hold up.
Just keep going with the turn. I'm gonna refresh and I'll get it then.
Okay, easy enough. Keep in mind these spiders would be actually yeah, that's fine. They're gonna get over here. Wait, hold on. Can I even get there? No, they can't. All right, these individuals are going to surround over here, and these individuals are going to surround over here. Boom and boom. Lots of moving pieces of the battlefield. That said, I believe that is everything they could do at the moment as... oh, and last one over here. And more begin to surround over towards Azura. All right. That said, as more and more of the horde begins to swarm around you, you look about and you see as there are spiders everywhere, bits of different shapes and sizes, or most of them being smaller, but at this point they're just sort of jumping on top of one another and getting closer and closer towards you. That's their turn. Giant Spider's turn over here. This individual is going to... he is gonna... yeah. He's gonna rush over probably to here, jumping down. Well, actually, no. He will climb slowly above onto the statue itself. And as he does, he will use his last feat of movement. Yep, he just got one more feat. He would more slowly climb over and just try to bite either Mao or Zaman. I'm gonna roll a D2. Odd he bites Zaman. Even he bites Mao. That's a D21. Hold up. D2. All right, that is a 1. He will bite Zaman. All right. Perfect. That is...
wow.
Ooh, that
Never
is
mind.
Not good.
Eesh.
That is a natural 20 as he begins to writhe over this sort of statue and just jumps down and pouncing upon you, or sinking his fangs into your armor. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. This is against poisoned. If that means anything
so I have
for
advantage.
you. Okay.
Yeah, I have advantage. And I have resistance as well.
right.
Let me see.
I'm gonna need it right
Roll
here.
that again. Yeesh. All right,
A lot
17.
better. 17, a lot better. So here's what happens. You take a total of, oh boy, you take 5 points of piercing damage. And then the poison damage, what happens? If
somebody canceled a natural 20.
Oh shit, thank God for Zale.
Wow. Bless.
Oh, he needed that.
That's secrets in the stats right there.
What's up, bro?
My conversation going on right now.
This
There's a lot of
Gora was
side
over here
combos.
flying like it's about to be a rough day for Gora. It's about to be a rough day.
Oh
There's a lot of
man.
Discord DMs going on.
Hey,
I want to know what chat looks like.
Oh goodness. Hey, from one oculi to the next. That said, you look over as the individual, he still does bite into you, so that it does a little bit of damage, but definitely not critical hit damage for sure. As this happens, you only take a total of So we always take the first one. So it's 3 plus 3, which is 6 points of damage. Is that correct? Yep. 6 points of piercing damage, and then the poison damage is half as much as on a successful. So we're gonna take the first 2 and an 8. So that is, yeah, it's a quarter. Oh god, this is math. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Divided by another 2 because it rounds down. Okay, so you take 2 points of poison damage after that. So 6 plus 2, 8 total.
Copy.
Whew. You need me to do that for you, or? Oh yeah, I got it.
Chat is undefeated. Let's go. Let's go.
I got you. So 8 right there. All right, I think you're good to go. All right, that is the first spider's or the first spider's attack. He will make his third one. No, I'm kidding. But this one over here will start attacking, or trying to. He is going to, actually, he's going to turn around and look over to the likes of Addydark and begin to just fire out bits of spider web towards him to restrain and restrict his movement. That said, Addydark, well, actually, here I can just target you with it. Boop, bop, and pow. All right. Ooh, that is a 12. It doesn't matter. As it fires over Addydark, you're able to see it coming directly towards you. You're able to dodge out of the way and more easily avoid it. No effect from this guy, but he will continue forth and climb up towards this sort of rock over here. That is his, or he has to sort of be right here. So he's sort of hanging off to the side at the moment, but that's what he's got. Any other individuals? Yep, there is this one. They will use their action to dash, and they will jump down here, or sort of clinging up over to the wall. Boop. All right, that is all the spiders' turns. Cora, you receive initiative, and after that, Gore, you are on deck. What you got for us, Cora?
45-yard. Let's see. So Cora's gonna jump down because she's on this ledge here.
Yeah.
So how far is the jump?
It is from where you are. It's you weren't all the way at the top, so it's only 5 feet down. You're good.
Yeah,
you can just move and keep going.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's on my screen. There's only one spider here, so maybe it has to update. So I'm just gonna attack the one spider that I see.
Okay. I don't know why there would be that. I can copy and paste it.
You also have advantage.
Yeah, from Agni.
It's probably because it's just Forge just catching up. It's like there's like a delay or something.
Maybe.
But I can only see this one.
Well,
If
you can
there's
just
more,
target that one. There is more. It's one or it's or another sort of horde of them right behind it, about like a 5 foot square in between them. So they're close, but they're not like right beside one another.
Okay. I'm gonna hit him with the kaboom boom.
All right.
I got that boo boo.
That's it. You bring that to the combo and strike them true. Make an attack roll, and also after your turn, Daryl, just refresh your foundry.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So,
There we go.
as you begin to raise,
What's advantage? Is it?
that is alt.
Alt.
Oh shit! Jesus! Alright, that's
That's
it
what
with
we
a
need.
natural 20-25 for a total of 24 points of damage. Hey Cora, how do you kill all these spiders in one single strike?
Oh shit! Well, you know, with the boom boom, she just has the one hand, just does one clean swipe, like as if she had a baseball with a
Alright.
bat.
As you do, you see as they begin to go flying outwards into the bushes, and they all curl up. They are dead. Good stuff. That's your action, Cora. You got anything else?
Bonus. I don't think I got a bonus. Nah. Nope.
Alright.
That's pretty much it.
All right, that's it. Then Daryl, make sure to reload into Foundry and let me know when you get back in. That said, Gore,
Copy.
You receive initiative. What would you like to do, buddy? Why's it keep
how bad a shape? How bad a shape is Gore right now?
I mean, you feel fine at the moment.
All right. He's just got that Janet Jackson cough. The All right, got you.
Oh no.
So Gore is gonna look over there, and he's gonna be like, clearly seeing the situation and what the greedy one sees. He's gonna be like, greedy one, I'll try to lure this big one off, but we have more friends of theirs to deal with. And Gore's going to first he's gonna go ahead and cast that good old Crimson Light.
All right. Roll a d4 for me as you begin to light your weapon or make it course with thunder and lightning. As you begin to draw it, you see as it begins to surge a little bit of electricity, and you draw bits of blood for a worthy sacrifice.
Oh man, I'm having a moment. Where just?
Oh, bottom right to just roll a d4. There you go.
We'll take that 3. So I'll take that 3 hit. So I get +3 on my.
You get a d4 on all your attack rolls.
Copy. So what he's gonna do is he's going to target the big one and he's gonna try to crush. So
all right,
he's gonna target him.
Move on over.
He's gonna move right up to him. It's 5 feet. Then he's gonna swing the long sword.
All right. Ooh. That said, an 11 just barely misses you. I don't think you guys got anything. Yep. No. So as Gore, you begin to try to strike with the longsword towards the individual. It just barely whiffs past them as they're able to dodge out to the side. That said, anything else to do on your turn?
That is all. No. Then what he's gonna do? Buzz around him right quick. The spiders. That's 5, 10, 15, 20. Just what it is, since I could still use mobile, and he's gonna. I can't try to intimidate him, can I? Nah, that'd be an action, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you're actually trying to get anything out of it, yeah, it would be.
Hey, all right, well, Gore is well, first let me martial check before I do anything else. Can I do that?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. And what do you want me to roll on that?
That is for you, Blood Hunter. That is an intelligence check plus your expertise because you are a Blood Hunter. And that is your shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll that.
4 plus 2. Nah, it's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, Gore's not on it today. And Gore's gonna yell at him, just yelling at him. Come on, foolish creature! I'll take all of your little friends. And Gore's gonna zip. Gore would do it right here.
Alright, that said, if you do move from this area, this guy won't get an attack of opportunity, but these individuals most definitely will. Alright.
Oh, I can't take the path of least resistance?
Not from the way you went. Not the way you went. Oh boy. That said, they will try to attack you. Let's hope they miss. All right, you look over as you try to fly over, and a couple of the spiders begin to climb up the statue and jump out towards you. As they do, targeting. Oh, that's gonna be a bad one. That is 20 to hit and 12 points of damage. Whew. That said, you look over at Gore as he begins to get bit down and torn into, and he's not looking too good at the moment. He's barely standing. All right, Gore, that is, I believe, your turn. Or is there anything else?
Nah, Gore's just trying to get all these damn spiders' attention. Is all. Bad day to have dark vision.
Addy Dark, you receive initiative. What would you like to do off to the side?
It was that big spider that hit me, correct?
It was the big spider that tried to hit you, yeah.
I don't like that big spider at all. How high up is he?
He is, at the moment, he's only 5 feet up, so you could just sort of look up and just smack him down if you wanted to.
Okay. All right, well, let's do that.
All right, you rush over, grabbing that of your great club shaped as a baseball bat, and try to go swinging towards him.
I think I'm going to rage first too.
There we go. All right. As it happens, you look over towards Adidark's form as he begins to or almost scream out into a primal fury. As it happens, bits and pieces of his skin begin to almost glow with this strange element. Pick an element, Adidark. Which one are you embodying for this second? You are level 2, so you don't get any benefits of it, but it's still there.
Yeah, we're sticking with fire, I believe.
Fire, you got it. All right, so tribal tattoos begin to slowly form and almost burn amongst your skin as you enter a rage. That is your bonus action. You now can hit them if you would like.
Yeah.
So, it's been a while, so yeah, hit T to target, and then you hit the icon.
Where the fuck is it? There it is.
All right, 18 will hit and roll damage for me for a total of 11 plus your 2 because you are raging at the moment. With a huge crack across the spider's individual, you see as bits of his legs begin to almost break entirely from this or the might of the blow. As this happens, he's not looking too good. He is badly injured from one single strike. Adidark, that is your action, your bonus action, and your movement. I don't think you really got anything else, unless you really want to do an intuition check. But that's completely up to you.
No, I'm good.
All right,
No,
that is your turn. Old man Philo, he is going to look over at all of these individuals surrounding. He cannot see Gore at the moment. He is too far up. Is anybody injured that he can see? Nope. Okay, he is instead going to do this then. Got it. Yeah, this is not good for him. Or for them. He is simply going to cast. Oh, wait, no, you're right beside her. Can't do that. Well, shit. Can you do this? Nah, fuck it, why not? Alright, he is going to raise his hand up towards the sky. Oh, you can't even see him over here. He is going to raise his hand up towards the sky, and as he does, you look as it begins to crackle with a bit of electricity and lightning. You look up towards the top portions where the clouds are, and you see as they begin to part and sort of almost electrify for a moment, and he is going to cast Call Lightning on these two individuals. Alrighty, that is his action. He's going to cast it here. Oh god, we're gonna move. And that is going to, he's gonna try to do it in a way that will not affect everybody. Right here. Damn. There we go. Alright, as it begins to crack, or as the lightning begins to crack amongst the sky, it strikes down into all the individuals around. He's gonna make a dexterity saving throw. They're gonna make a dexterity saving throw. They will both fail and take 13 points of damage, and with that, they are both dead. As it begins to slowly, or as it begins to almost char over, they no longer move and are no longer alive. That's his turn.
Well, I was trying to protect him.
That said, he is going to look around and kind of just sort of almost hold on to that of his staff. It seems to be he is very much out of it at the moment. He's not looking too good right now. That is his turn. All right. Next up, top of the round, our initiative, Agni. What would you like to do? Oh, you also got your reaction for the attack before.
I swung. I got the 2.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If I attack the big one, could Green Flame Blade jump to the little spiders?
They're not close enough.
I don't think.
Nah,
Okay.
they're not. It's just here. I can make the grid a little bit easier to see.
Yeah, as well as I cannot see the grid.
I got you. It's because it's dark with the lighting. That should fix.
Oh, that helps a lot.
There we go.
Do I go for the big one or the little one? We'll
That's
go
it.
here.
Mhm.
He's gonna take a swing at these swarm of spiders here.
All right, make a swing as you take that of your scythe and try to strike towards them. Also, keep in mind, Azura, you are on deck, and Zaman, you are in the hole after Mal. An 8. Got anything else to add to it?
Nope.
Unfortunate. You try to swing towards the spiders, however, there's too many of them, so you're not entirely sure where to embed the blade into the mass of them. That said, that's your action. You got anything else for your turn?
No, that's my turn.
Alrighty. That is Agni. Next up in initiative, we have Azura. What you got for us?
Okay. Let me see.
I don't know why it keeps doing
All
that.
right. So she was gonna look at the old man file, and she said, "That was a lot of power that come out of you." She's gonna kind of just check on him to see is he alright. Would it be like an action to do, kind of like a insight or medicine?
Just make a quick one, unless you really want to give like a true investigation. You can do that as an action. If you want to do just a quick glance, just make a quick medicine check.
Yeah, just quick glance.
20. As he sees you looking him up and down, he just begins to say, just old age. And he begins to just sort of grasp that of his sword, still sort of leaning onto the staff. He slowly but surely begins to try to move around.
Yeah. All right. She'll put her hand on his. He's pretty tall. She'll put her hand on his arm and say, "Just take it easy. We'll take it from here. Relax yourself." And then she'll go 5, 10. Now she has athletes. She doesn't lose any movement speed while climbing. So is it cool that she goes up this way?
Yeah, that's fine.
So she'll go 30. Guessing, can she hit this guy from right here?
Let's look over. Yeah, you kind of got to reach up to do it, but you're able to try for sure.
So yeah, so she rushes up this hill right after she says at the philo, and immediately she sees the swarm of spiders, and she sees this like the back hindquarters of this thing on top of the statue, and as she runs to it, she just immediately draws her sword as she jumps into the air kind of like
Nothing. I'll remember. Remind me after your turn to do the Constitution saving throws.
Okay, copy. So she jumps into the air to slice at its back legs and that little admin thing on spiders.
All right, make an attack roll for me. 22. That will hit for 9 points of damage with one single slash. You see as it begins, or bits of its form freezes over slightly and then crystallizes before shattering. That's your action. Anything else?
And then she action surges. So as she's coming back down, when as she jumps and comes back down after slashing the eggs, she actually holds onto a piece of the back of the statue thing here, and it looks a little anime-ish as she actually used that moment to run back up it to like go for another like swinging slice and come back down.
Hell yeah. Speaking of which, let me do this.
Whoosh.
Almost
And
forgot about this.
That is her turn.
All right. That said,
As she lands, she'll say, Zaman, Goa, is everything all right up here?
Zaman was that Gore doesn't look so hot right now. The little one over here is trying to stop the gong.
Protect the little tail one, quick one.
Understood. And that's the end of her turn.
all right. That being said, as it begins to happen, you all begin to slowly breathe in more and more of the fumes because no one covered their mouths except for Azura. Azura, you have advantage. Agni, you have advantage. Everyone else everybody make Constitution saving throws except Korra and Zaman. Alright, let's see. 14, 7, 13. 14, you are fine. Gore, 13, you are fine. Agni, I need one from you. Natural 19, you're good to go. Addy Dark, however, with a 7, you not so much. As you begin to walk over, swinging towards the spider, you begin to sort of inhale bits of this sort of almost noxious fumes. You begin to cough and hack up for a brief moment. You are diseased. We'll have to figure out what that means afterwards. Oh boy, it's gonna be Agni's day in a minute. Goodness gracious. That's it. Alright. You cough up a little bit. Alright, Azura, that is your turn. Mao will look over. Oh, he also. I need to make some. I need to make 2 for Philo and Mao. Let me do that real quick. He makes the first one normal, and then he makes the second one with advantage. Mao makes both with disadvantage, or both with just normal rolls. Alright, first one, save and throw. He succeeds. Second one, save and throw. He succeeds. Yeah. Alright. Mao, he's going to make 1, because hopefully he does, because this will affect him if not. Alright, saving throw. 18 succeeds. Second one. That is a 2. Sheesh! He will fail. Does he have anything for that? Nah, he does not. That is a total of 5, I believe, right? Yep. You see as Mao begins to sort of cough and hack up a little bit, you look over and it seems to be bits of his fur sort of almost stringing out. He's not looking too good at the moment, but that said, he'll look over toward the likes of Gore as he's sort of working on the thing and just says, hey, does he need a little bit of healing or is he good?
He does not look too well.
Well, yeah. Here, take this, and he is going to like reach into his giant sort of pack for a brief moment and take out one of his inventions. He tosses it out, and you see as it's more of a sort of mechanical sort of almost gears and sort of steam sort of spewing out of it, and he is going to summon his Eldritch Cannon, and he is going to make it in the form of a Protector Cannon. And he's gonna place it right in between all of you guys. We're gonna make a circle right here to say this is where the cannon, quote unquote, is. All right. It's kind of hard to see, but I'll make it a better one later. All right. He is going to look over at. Oh gosh. He is gonna use his action. He'll have to do it with disadvantage, but he'll use his action to grant itself. Zaman, Gore, and Azura, are you in the range? No, you're just outside of the range. Yeah, you're just outside of the range. He will give you guys a D8 plus his intelligence modifier and temporary hit points.
Great. Eesh.
All right, so that is D8 plus 3. Or wait, is he? Yeah, he's plus 3. All right, you guys both get 6 temp HP. Do you need me to do it for you, or you guys got it on your end?
I think I got it.
Yep.
Did I do it right?
You gotta put it in the max as well, but I got it. And
okay, copy.
Yeah, you got it right there. There we go. Okay, that is Mao's turn. He's gonna make a Arcana check with the disadvantage because he was busy doing that. 21, 17, he's still able to keep on going. All right, Zaman, you receive initiative. What you got for us?
Copy. Can I transform into this giant spire using wild shape?
Let's see. For Druid, you got to make sure to know this beforehand because I won't be able to look up the CR and the rules for it because it's a lot for Druid.
Yeah, it's there's a giant wolf spider, but I'm not sure if it's the same spider as this one. It's a CR,
what CR
like
can
1/4.
What CR or max CR can you transform into right now?
1/4.
1/4? Nah, it's too high.
Copy. All right. Then he is going to. He's going to thorn whip this spider and try to get him away from Mao.
All right, make an attack roll for me.
Chain whip. See.
You send it forth directly with the chain whip. However, as it tries to wrap around them, you see as the spider jumps off to the side after being struck by Azura. No effect. It's still sort of scuttling amongst the statue, and that is your action. Anything else for you, Zaman?
That is all I have.
All right. That said, next up in initiative we have, what the heck? Hey, stop that. We have the spiders and then Cora afterwards. Okay, so Swarm of Insects is gonna be not the greatest of rounds, because there's a lot of them and now they're in range or close to it. First one's going to, it will actually look over towards the Mon. It'll look up to the big spider and realize it's got it. It's gonna make a costly mistake. It will rush over towards the likes of Azura. Zaman, if you have a melee weapon, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Copy. Let me go ahead and do that.
21, a costly mistake indeed. As you strike over towards it with the javelin, you see as the spiders begin to slowly dissipate and form or almost skitter out and just begin to almost phase into the likes of the woods of Bafar. They are dead, though, are too dead to remain as a horde. Next up, these individuals off to the side. This one's going to rush over towards the likes of Gore, and they are going to make an attack at you as they try to bite and tear. Features. I need to make a macro for this. That is a 12. That will just barely miss as multiple bits of spiders jump out towards you, and you're able to dodge and weave using your flight to get out of the way. All right, that is.
You won't crush Core. I'll hold them little tailed one.
All right, I'm gonna roll a d3 to see which one they hit. It's either Mao is 1, Zaman is 2, Gore is 3. That is 3. They're going to go towards Gore. All right. Bite attack going towards you. That is a 4. They will also miss. More and more spiders begin to jump your way, and as they do,
won't crush Core.
Alright, that's it. These guys will use their action to get a little bit closer. They are now surrounding Mao. That's it for them. These individuals are going to dash all the way over here. Alright. These individuals are going to get closer towards Agni. They will use their dash action. There we go. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. There we go. And that's it for them. These individuals are going to move over. That is all they can do. Same thing with these guys. That's all they can do. And is that it for everybody? Yep, that is it for, oh wait, these guys. These individuals are going to walk over here and they're going to choose between either Adidark, Cora, or Agni. Which one they're going to choose. Adidark, you are 1, Cora, you are 2, Agni, you are 3. Did that work? Agni, you are 3, so they will attack you. Alright, bite attack coming towards you. 17 will miss. They begin to try to claw up that of your shell. However, you're able to sort of, or almost sort of throw them off and try to use your scythe to keep them at bay. No effect. That is their turn. Next up, giant spiders, and then Core, you are up. And Gore, you are in the hole. Alright, giant spiders, here's what they are going to do. This individual is going to leap off of the rock off to the side and jump and pounce onto Adidark with one single bite and with its fangs. All right, bite attack coming towards you. That is a 24 to hit, but you are raging, so this may not hurt as much. Make a Constitution saving throw as its fangs embed directly into your neck. Let me move it a little bit closer. Boop.
On it? Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it. There was a pop up there that I wasn't expecting.
I got you.
Saving throw. Or I should say.
Saving throw, that is... Oh, I did update. I hit this thing. I gotta freaking update this module or whatever. Thought I fixed it. 14, let's see if that succeeds. I'm not entirely sure myself. Yep, that will succeed. So you take half as much damage from this, and you will take total... Let me look at the dice. Okay, so, oh, that's not going to be good for them. You take 2 points of piercing damage because you're raging, and then you will take a total of 7 points of poison damage from the fangs. So -2, and then -7. Yeah, you're still good. That said, as the fangs embed themselves into your neck, it begins to draw a bit of blood. However, your rage and anger begins to pierce through, not caring about the pain. That is their turn towards you. This
And,
individual.
I would reply. I
Go
would
for it.
reply. No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Hell yeah. That said, this individual, after being slashed to near death by Azura, will turn around and begin to almost show that of its fangs and pouncing onto you, Azura. Attack roll. Bite attack. That is, oof, 24 to hit. You need to make a Constitution saving throw for me. Oh man, these con saves.
Okay.
Keep in mind, chat, you guys can give inspiration points and inspiration die using channel points to help them succeed and give them a little bit of bonuses to their roll. Alright, that said, that is a 15. You will succeed, but you do take 15 points of damage total as the fangs embed themselves into your arm, coursing your veins with venom. That is their turn over there. And that's 1, that's 2. Last one over here is going to be 3. They are going to use their movement to climb up here. They're going to use their action, and they are going to place themselves right here in between all of you guys. Right over here. That is all they're going to do. Cora, you receive initiative, and Gore, you are on deck. What you got for us, Cora?
Cole will see all these spiders near her, and she's kind of hyped right now. Like, she's super hyped. So she's gonna channel her divinity as a bonus.
All right.
Trying to get like the team as hype as she is.
That being said, as you begin, yeah, hit the button and all that stuff.
As a bonus action.
Channel divinity. As you begin to do so, you begin to immediately almost channel the power of Iroas, assuring your victory in this fight. As you become a beacon of strength, it glows outwards as you begin to almost become in course with this divine light. That is your bonus action. What you got for action?
She's gonna bust at this dude next to her with the kabooboo.
That's right. Make an attack roll for me. As you bring the kabooboo or the kanabo onto the spiders, they are too fast for you, and they're able to sort of dodge out of the way just barely, and they're slowly making their way up towards kind of your legs or around you. No effect. Anything else for us, Cora?
That'll be all.
Alrighty. That said, next up in initiative, we have Gore. What would you like to do? Nope.
Gore feeling himself right now. Oh, is my camera on? Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
You're good.
Gore's feeling himself right now because.
Oh, Gore, real quick before you do anything. Before you do anything, you see as slowly but surely another sort of spirit begins to walk over towards you, circular in nature with 2 sort of fins. As they begin to dash over, flying to your side, they begin to immediately just sort of almost pat you on the back and give you a bit of inspiration as you receive a D6 inspiration die from chat. Oops, someone disconnected.
Oh. Bless.
We lost someone. Yeah, they'll be back in a minute.
That's V. All right, Gore feels empowered. Gore. Foolish creatures. You thought you were crushing Gore this day? And he's gonna first target old boy here, since we still got that whole thing right here. All right, first he's gonna take a big swing at boy right here.
13. With one single strike, you're able to crush almost all of them. You have a little bit of trouble sort of aiming directly where you need to, but as you begin to hone in on your defenses or hone in on your senses, you strike true or piercing a majority of the spiders. You flick the blade off and they are dead. Good stuff.
All right, cool. And he had the little lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Gore is he's taking this very finesse looking sword, but he is swinging it in the most ugly way possible. he's bust the ground and the spiders get zapped everywhere, and Gore gets a little flare in his eyes. And hold for a second, let me just add one to. I just gotta add one to my body count.
Oh yeah,
that's he got that blood spray on him.
How many are you at right now?
For 2, 3. I killed 2 green orcs, a spider.
So 2 green orcs and the spider?
2 green orcs, a wolf, and a spider.
Good to know. All right. That being said, Gore, that is your action. Anything else for your turn?
Gore sees the blood splatter and he's like, ha ha ha! Now that's how you crush! And he points at the other one, and you don't go anywhere. And he's gonna try to. Can I get a? He's gonna try the binding. So can I get a?
Yeah. So cast a spell and it should do it towards him. But that being said, while you begin to hold your hands out, you see as the spiders begin or bits of their blood begins to slowly seep out of them as you try to manipulate and crush them. That said, you look over towards your wings or anybody looking, and they are sort of coursing, almost completely filled with blood. Strength saving throw from these guys, and they will fail. They are going nowhere as their blood begins to lock and harden into place. And that is what they are doing.
And Gore's gonna look at him. Gore's gonna come back and crush you, but he has to protect the little one first. And he comes and plants his body right in between this horde of spiders and mouth.
All right. Here, I'll tell you what. I will. Because you can't stop. You can't put your Oh, you can just fly above them. Are you just gonna fly like right above them, Al?
Yep.
Okay, easy enough then. All right. That said, if that is your turn, Gore's done. Addy Dark, you are next. What would you like to do? So Addy Dark, you look over and you see as a spider off to the side, they are still just barely alive, and they're just bit down into you after leaping off the rock. What are you doing?
Is he like in me?
He's like his fangs are kind of they were kind of embedded and they've slowly just retracted. You can try to keep them there if you really want to, though.
It's okay. I'm gonna attack this spider because no one makes me bleed my own blood.
All right. Also, if you hit, you get an extra bit of damage because Korra is right beside you, being a beacon of strength, blessing your strikes. I'll tell you the damage afterwards, so you can just roll a hit.
Okay, I'm gonna reckless attack this one as well.
If you're recklessly attacking, that means you have advantage, but all attack rolls have advantage against you as you throw caution to the wind or in hopes of crushing this thing. That is an 11, but also a natural 20. Did it come through? Oh, you did disadvantage, that's why. But a natural 20, that is going to hit. Here's what I need. Do you want me to roll the damage? Because I think it's all messed up. Or do you want me to?
Did I do the wrong? I did the wrong hotkey, didn't I?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good though, guys. This is about to freaking hurt. All right, so oh my gosh, and then you got Korra's buff. Yeah, you're about to fucking kill this thing most likely. All right, +3, +4, plus another 2 because you're raging. Also because Korra. Hey Korra, what's your wisdom modifier? It's +3. Oh my god. All right, 2d8 plus 9. 13 points of damage to this individual, and yeah, that's exactly what you needed. How do you want to kill this thing with one single strike?
So I grab its fangs and I pull it down to the ground, and then I smash it, and it literally just turns into dust and fog because he's done to me.
All right, that said, as you begin to do so, he lights up a flame, turning into dust, charring over. He is dead. Good stuff, Addy Dark. That's your action. You got a bonus action. Anything else?
No, I'm good with actually movement wise. Are all these the swarms of insects are all just one thing, right? Or are there two swarms next to us?
So there is you may need to rejoin and everything. So there is a swarm right beside you. There's another swarm right beside Agni, which is not too far. There's another swarm beside Korra. It's a lot.
Korra is gonna send Addy Dark like a flex after that kill.
That's it. You see his core just begins to flex and more, boosting you up.
I just want to get like a little bit better positioning, like a little bit more in between. So I'm just gonna move just like 5 feet that way.
Keep in mind, I only say this because you're new. Keep in mind, if you leave out of the enemy's attack range, you're leaving your back exposed to them, and they can make an attack of opportunity against you.
Ah, I see. Well,
why'd you take 18 damage? Hold on.
Yeah, I was like, what just happened?
I don't know what I was about.
You're about to get us, bro.
What disease is this? Got the jeez, got the crush card on me or something. Damn.
Oh man. So are you staying
okay,
still
I'll
or?
just stay. I'll just chill. I'll just
Alright.
chill then. I'll just chill.
Easy enough. Old man Philo is going to gain his action. He is going to. He said for him to take it easy, so he will do so. But that doesn't mean he still can't help people out. At the least, he is going to look over. Can he see Gore? Because if he can see Gore, then I'll change stuff. I'll make a perception check for him. 12. Gore, you're very, very tiny. The mist is sort of fogging up. Nah, he can't see you at the moment. All right, so he will instead look over towards the likes of Addy Dark, and he holds his hand out, and you see as a bit of bits of mushrooms begin to form amongst your leg. However, as they do, you see as you sort of almost get ready to sort of strike them out of just reaction in this rage state, but you look towards your wounds as they slowly heal more and more, as he casts Healing Word on you to heal you, Addy Dark. Alrighty,
Much obliged.
Philo, Healing Word, it's just a simple one, level 1, boop. It all counts. And you gain a total of 6 HP. There you go. Alright, that is Old Man Philo's turn. Next up in initiative, alright, because so I don't forget, everybody make a Constitution saving throw. And those of you who put up or have something blocking, you make it with advantage. So Agni and Azura.
Does it not matter? I'm just holding my breath this whole time.
Not really with the, I'm giving you advantage for the other thing.
Okay.
I mean, I can maybe lower the DC by like 2, but yeah, I'll give it to you because you're a turtle. All right, what'd you guys get?
There we go.
All right, Addy Dark with a 15, you're good. Ooh, Azura with a 6, that is not good.
I didn't do advantage, so it's 23.
Oh.
I forgot to roll twice.
Gotcha. I believe you. All right, that said, Gore with an 18, you're good to go. And I believe that is everybody. Everybody's succeeds. So we continue forth. War Chief Agni, what you got for us as you receive initiative? You're surrounded at the moment from pretty much all sides, so it's up to you.
He's going to take a step up here. You won't hear him say, "It's time for a change of tactics." And he's going to cast Burning Hands on these 3 down here.
As you do, you hold your hands out and immediately just sear them aflame. That said, make or roll the damage for them and cast the spell. Let's see this. And make sure to place the measure template. Hell yeah. 11 points of fire damage to him. Sheesh. All right, making dexterity saving throws as you unleash the flames towards them. It doesn't even matter whether they succeed or fail. How do you want to kill all 3 of them?
So you'd see the runes on Agni's back start to light up as he puts his scythe away, and the only thing you hear out of his mouth is "Cowabunga!" It is.
Oh man, as that happens, the spiders begin to slowly sear over, and it almost leaves just a simple char mark of where they remained. They are all dead. Good stuff, Agni. That is your action. Anything else?
I guess he's also going to move in a bit closer. Getting closer to Cora as she's now the beacon of strength, and he is going to help Cora by saying, "Cora, you're doing amazing out here. Keep it up. Make sure you aim right for the head on this next attack."
As this happens, as you are commanded forward, Cora, you gain advantage on your next attack as Agni begins to shout out war tactics. That said, is that your turn? Oh, go ahead, Cora.
That's my turn.
Go ahead, Cora.
No, Corey nods and like has a fist up.
All right. That said, Azura, you receive initiative. What would you like to do? As you look over to the side, you're still next to the spider.
Yep. So as the spider took a bite out of her, she gets thrown back just a bit, and she immediately jumps back, take her cloak and wrap it around her face so she can have both hands free. And then she begins to run up the statue anime style, like with the blade dragging along the statue, something she's seen Agni do. And you see bits of like ice like appear along the statue as she's going up in a line, but quickly melts away as she goes to strike him one more time.
All right.
Hold on, let me roll. Was that a 1? Oh,
That
that's
was.
a 1.
I saw a 1 and it gave a total of 7. Yeah, that is a natural 1. That is a miss, my friend.
Okay, as she goes to misses it, 5, 10. She slides back down this way. So 5, 10. So she slides, like pretty much she jumped up, ran up, and then slides back down.
Exactly what I was probably gonna say. As you try, it seems to be you weren't able to get enough momentum running up forward. However, you drop down, maybe for another time. That said, that's your action. Anything else, Azura?
Nope, that is all Sis can do.
All right, that is that. Mao is going to yell out at this point. I'm almost done. I need a hand with this though. Someone good with arcane.
Eesh. I'll help him out.
All right, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much what he's saying. All right, Zaman, what you doing? You are surrounded at the moment. Mao is asking for anybody's help with it or a little bit of arcana. So the choice is yours at the moment. You are surrounded from all sides.
Yeesh. Decisions. Ah, yeah. All right, question. Thunderwave. Is it like a circular type thing?
So
Like-
apparently it's not. It's
Okay.
not. It's like a square, but keep in mind, even if you do cast Thunderwave, you'd probably hit Mao if you're trying to hit all 3. Which you can do, but you're gonna hit Mao.
Copy. Yeah. Fuck it. Zaman's gonna do it. He's gonna say, Mal. Sorry, I don't mean this, and he's gonna.
Wait, what?
He's gonna cast Thunderwave.
He sees you casting the spell. Is like, wait. Boom! You see as it begins to emanate forth, and as it happens, oh dear God. Oh no.
Jesus.
Oh no. Zaman, I don't think you thought about that, buddy. I don't think you thought about that.
I wasn't trying to kill anybody.
It's not that.
I'm right here.
The
All
thing
right,
is, you rung the gong.
Gore make
shit.
his Constitution saving throw, and you see as Mao, all of his work that he has been working on for the past couple of rounds completely shatters and breaks from the thunder wave.
Wait. Can I get that D6?
You can get a D6 inspiration.
Yeah. Can I try to help Mao out, even if Gore is gonna have a bad day? The thing he's working on, or is it not enough?
Nah, it won't matter. It's mainly
Nah,
the
it's gonna
damage.
wave it either way.
Yeah.
It's gonna wave it either way. It's gonna ring it either way.
Yo, bro.
There's gotta be
Oh,
some
man.
technical term for what
Come
my boys
on,
and Mon's
son.
doing right
I
now.
already
Technical
rolled it.
term,
I already
bro.
rolled it. But yo.
Oh no.
Outside psychology brought into other games, transdimensional gaming, bro.
Mao gets a 12. Oh no. Oh, you're lucky they do not have the ruthless trait. If they had the ruthless trait, yeah, Gore's dead. Jesus. Oh man.
Jesus, bro.
All right.
I'm cautious.
See, this is what happens when the Bears lose, guys.
All the
That's
spiders are
about the
dead.
Bears.
All the spiders are dead though.
The spiders will die
But-
over
but
here.
technically-
They will die
Bears
over
lose,
here.
But-
lose, bro.
But
They-
Gore was flying
Bears
though,
lose.
so he probably shouldn't have got hit.
That being said,
In
Zaman,
theory.
as you kill all the spiders, but also Gore gets knocked out onto the side, Mao will also take a bit of damage. Did it go through? Hold up. How much damage does he take? 8? Yeah, 8.
Yes.
Okay, he's still fine, but still kind of hurts. Describe exactly the carnage that lays out after this.
You
What does this look
see
like?
Zaman, you see Zaman hit his chest, not thinking about the gong, just thinking about all the spiders around him, and you just see a wave comes directly from his chest as the thunder wave emits directly from him.
As it
But
good.
But if Gore is flying, shouldn't he not get hit? Just
Nah, Thunderwave
out
is
of
an
curiosity.
AoE.
Copy. Fair enough.
Yeah. So that being said, as it emanates, you see his mouth begins to get almost tossed. Actually, wait, hold on. They get Thunderwave. Yeah, it tosses them also 5 feet. So
Yeah,
they
you
go
push back.
flying a little bit off to the side, and as they do, Mao just looks over at Zaman and is just like, "What the fuck?" and just looks over at all of his work completely destroyed. But he does look over to all the spiders, and yeah, he's pissed, but it's like, fuck, man. Oh gosh, but that's basically what he's doing. All right, Zaman, is that your turn?
Yeah. That is all I have.
All right, swarm of spiders. Next up, here we go. They are going to, if I can find them. What the fuck?
Wait.
I believe, or nope, there's still 2 more. There's 3 more. Okay. Yep. Oh, sheesh. Yeah, they are
I was
going
about to be
to.
like, sorry. I'm like, what happened to Gore's health? And then I realized what just transpired. Sorry, just things are clicking. My bad.
You're good. You're good. This individual is going to dash over to Mao. This individual is going to attack probably Agni, considering he just burnt all of these individuals alive, and he doesn't like that, so he's going to bite you. All right. Attack roll coming towards you. 21, dealing 8 points of damage. You see as the spiders at this point, as they're crawling more and more upon your shell, most of them are actually burning from the heat. However, some of them are able to bite down onto your arms and even towards your neck. It is a terrible, terrible feeling, but you're able to stand strong. That is their turn over here. This one over here is going to attack Core because you are the closest. They will try and they will fail. As they try to bite towards your leg, you're able to sort of kick them off and keep on trucking along. All right, that is their go. I think that's all the spiders, right? All right, yep. Next up, big spider. There is one left. He is going to, yeah, he's gonna attack Philo. All right, he's gonna rush on over here and he is going to bite down onto him. Single attack roll. Oop. That is a 9. Philo will just barely sort of use his sort of stick and just sort of bash him across the head, dodging out of the way barely. Cora, you receive initiative. What you got for us? Gore, you are on deck. Addy Dark, you are in the hole. Oh, you're good.
So Cora's gonna try to slap the one next to her again. The kaboom.
Go for it. Make an attack roll.
You have advantage. Don't forget.
Oh, yep, that's true.
Yep. Shift. Oh.
21, 10 points of damage. That's more than enough. You strike into them, and they just go splattered across the side, no longer moving and dead. Cora, that's your action. Anything else?
For her bonus, she's gonna do what's a healing word?
Yeah.
Let me make sure that. Yeah, healing word to Agni.
All right, that said, you hold your hand out, and as you begin to say that of a healing word of Iroas, a small prayer, Agni, your wounds begin to slowly heal. Cast a spell. Cora, besides that, is that the rest of your, or is that all of your turn?
That's all her turn.
All right, so cast a spell and get that stuff going. I'm gonna go over to Gore. Gore, as you receive initiative, you fall into unconsciousness, slowly dying. I need you to roll a d20 for me.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy,
no
come
problem. Yeah.
So close to 20. 19. So, Gore, as this is sort of happening, as you're slowly seeping closer and closer towards death, what memory or what flashback begins to play throughout your head?
Yo, come on, son. Oh, greedy one, we're gonna have to have a talk. Boy, I can't believe the amount of confuckery that is going on from friendly fire.
Keep in mind, you succeed on your saving throw, but I'll tell you, we'll go into that later. But what memory begins to play through your head?
Oh man, at this point, it comes back to that other that we were finding, like when people were playing around with jewels and trying to take stuff from the other spot back in the day with the metal one.
That being said, as you begin to recall upon the fight with this or the other sort of spider back in the caves in the Forbidden Expanse, you remember it's with all the sort of jewels and immediately sort of dashing off to the side, Zaman and the others sort of chasing after it. However, as you begin to recall upon that fight, though it was a dangerous one, you nearly lost your life. At the end of the day, it was still crushed. You still succeeded and you were still victorious. You used that bit of inner rage and that bit of victory within you to channel forth and just almost rip yourself away from the clutches of death and Erebos. That said, that's a success on your death saving throw. Congratulations. But next up on initiative is Addy Dark, I believe. Unless I'm crazy. Yep, Addy Dark, you receive initiative.
I'm going to squash this one right here. Yep,
Go for it.
Squash this one.
Another attack roll with the Great Club. Go swinging.
Baseball bat shaped Great Club.
Baseball bat shaped Great Club. My bad.
There it is. No worries. The advantage, is it shift? Alt? Where am I? Where?
It is
I'm confused
alt
on
for advantage. So alt is for advantage. Remember alt by like the A. So advantage, alt, all that stuff. And then control is disadvantage.
Gotcha. All right, let me crush some bugs.
All right, 20 to hit. That'll be more than enough. As you strike into them, I mean, again, you've figured out they only have 1 HP because minion rules. How do you kill these individuals?
Oh, I squash this one and the legs go flying everywhere.
All right. As they do, the bits of gore and legs begin to fly off onto the walls as they all cease to live. That said, Addy Dark, it seemed to be one giant spider off to the side, dealing with the likes of Old Man Philo trying to bite into him. What are you doing over here?
I'm gonna move as well. So, there we go.
Alrighty. I think you got, I think you still got a little bit of movement left. Yeah, you got a little bit of move. Oh, wait, actually, no, you don't, because you are exhausted at the moment.
No.
Yep, that is
I'm
it.
exhausted. Nope.
Alright, you begin to try to...
Tired of the shenanigans.
As you try to sort of heave yourself forward, or sort of dragging the great club shaped like a baseball bat along, that is your turn, I believe. Old Man Philo, he is not really having this shit. Though Azura said to hold back, he also doesn't want to die, so he is not going to hold back. He is going to instead... does he have this ability? Yeah, there it is. He's just going to look up towards the individual and he is going to reach his hand out, and you all see as the spider's form begins to slowly just grow more and more of these sort of fungi and mushrooms onto him and slowly corrode him as he is gonna cast Blight with his final spell slot. Alright, that is... yeah, this thing's fucking dead. Probably.
Yeesh.
It will succeed with a 21, and actually, funny enough, it's still alive. So as more and more of the fungi and mushrooms begin to tear into it, slowly corroding his entire form, you see at this point, Philo begins to just drop down to a knee. He is, he is almost nearly, not necessarily unconscious, but he looks as if he's about to pass out at this point. And that, he gave his all into that final spell. That is his turn. Next up on initiative, Agni, and then Azura, you are in the hole. What you got for us, Agni?
Agni will come over, try to, he's going to attack the spider. As he's like walking over, in his mind, he's thinking of, sort of rectifying his earlier mistake with destroying the forest and helping Old Man Philo out.
You got it.
He drags his scythe over and he's going to make an attack on him.
All right, make an attack roll. What you got, buddy? Come on. Nope. 11. Anybody got any inspiration? Ah, man.
Yeah. Go. I mean, Goro will give his D6. Ain't much else. This action.
Roll that D6, Agni.
Well, this dice is different at the bottom.
2. That might be enough. Yeah, that is actually enough. Yeah, roll damage for me.
It's a 1d4 plus 3. Okay.
That is just barely fucking enough.
That's all Gore can do from beyond the
Oh my
come
god,
on.
bro!
It's 4 damage.
Son.
Oh my goodness,
It's not my favorite rolls.
Yo,
bro! You got that
with
Rashid,
the dice in
what
our
the
teammates
fuck?
right now, bro.
It's not my
Jesus.
The dice in our teammates right now, bro.
The
Not
dice
like
are- Oh man, I'm sorry, man. So as you begin to do so, I mean, you're not gonna take it because I know you, Sean. But for good roleplay, I will give you a D4 as inspiration for a little bit of redemption thing. But you probably won't take it anyway. So,
Wait,
if you
wait,
want
what?
it, I'll give you a D4's or DM's inspiration for our roleplay and all that stuff from earlier on with Philo and all that stuff. If you want to take it, you can take it. If not, it's fine. All right.
I'll give it to Gore for his death saving throws. 'Cause, we got a traitor amongst the squad. Someone's among us.
All right, you got it. Azura, you receive initiative. What you got for us?
Yep. So all she saw was just a blast happen. She's not sure. So since she's around the corner here, so she rushes over. She immediately sees Gore, so she rushes to him first to like bend down and check up on him, and she just props him up like along the wall here, so that way he's like sitting up against the pedestal, the statue.
Mm-hmm.
And then she has no clue like how this happened. So she looks over at the spider, and you see her eye begins to frost over, and she at first again she's held back by this, but she immediately knows what to do, and she moves. Well, we'll just put her right here. She moves over and goes to draw her blade and swipe. But however, as she does, it's not that she slices the spiders. She draws her blades and flashes over all of them, and you see them all just freeze over. And as they all just freeze over, then she quickly goes back the other way and slices them all in half.
Hell yeah. As they immediately shatter off all to the side, none of them remain, all of them are dead. That is your action and movement. Azura, with the final kill, or with the final kill of those spiders over there, what would you like to do?
She is going to finish her movement right here and give Mal help for whatever he's got to do. Oh no, that's not. She's just gonna just say, Mal, whatever you're trying to do, now's the time. I'll keep an eye out as she like looks this way to defend him.
Yeah, I was working on it before it got destroyed. And he's gonna just sort of walk over here and then just start getting back to it for his turn. All right, That is him. Zaman, what about you?
Copy.
Can we just
Zaman is gonna
pass this turn?
come over and he's going to apologize to God, and he's going to use his last spell slot to heal him.
All right, cast a spell on him, and there you
go. Copy.
So,
And say, I didn't know you was in the way, God.
Oh, bloody.
And get him back up with a healing word.
Gore's gonna look at you and be like, "Did they take your brain when they gave you that new body greedy one?"
He said, Zaman says, apologies, I don't know what that was. I just hit my chest and it came out.
Protect the little one. Stop being the greedy one. And Gore's not too happy with that. go do some other shit. Either help him or kill and get the fuck out of there.
Zaman's gonna move forward. Can I see this? Can I see this spider?
yeah, you can. You're on an elevated thing, and he's large, anyways.
I think I can toss a javelin at him. He's gonna try to see if he can do that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
17 will hit. Oh man, this man's still targeting Gore. He's still ready to kill him.
Oh, oops,
Wow.
my bad, bro.
Yo, I told you, get him out of here. Can we trade him? Get him off the island. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
Yo, my bad, B. My bad.
Bro,
My bad. My bad.
don't incite Gore. Do not incite Gore.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it's the PvP episode.
In this game.
You called it. You called it.
You're right. But that being said, Zaman, as you throw the javelin towards this spider, how do you want to finish the final enemy?
You see Zaman gets up. He after healing Gore, whispering something in his head to get him back up. He like puts all his effort to throw the javelin and it hits the spider dead in the eye.
As it does, it pierces directly through him, sticking out of the other side, and you watch as the creature falls down dead, no more. And with that, my friends, you're successful in the combat. However, some of you are not looking good at the moment in the combat.
Were we successful?
Well, you know.
Some bonds were made.
Hey, yeah, my bad.
Enemies were made.
My bad, bro.
It's a trigger among us.
Can you imagine? Sensei said no PvP when we started this campaign.
Oh my God. That is something. That is something. All right.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey,
try to-
Zaman's getting used to these new powers, obviously.
All right, there we go. I think we're good. Okay, so that said, as you look around and you see as the mist begins to slowly dissipate, and after a bit of time, obviously probably from Mao, pretty much hooking up a little bit of a sort of contraption to keep the gong from ringing anymore. At this point, eventually, you find yourselves able to see one another and not surrounded in this damned fog anymore. It is deloading, right, or unloading at the moment. So, what would you guys all like to say, and what would you guys all like to do?
Azura goes to check on Gore. She leans down. She said, "Gore, are you okay? Mao, you okay? Zaman, everything okay?"
Yeah, I'm just getting used to this new body. I rang out some type of force and I answered instantly, not go unconscious. My apologies again, Gore.
Gore doesn't say anything and cuts you such the sharpest look that he could absolutely do that it's almost weird and unnerving that Gore didn't say anything to you. He didn't crush you and respond. He didn't yell. He just looked at you with the evilest eye Gore could. Blood dripping from it and everything from the inside, not from like just ugh. Ugh.
And Zaman would touch Gore on the back and just say, "Well, at least I was happy to wake you back up. Fortunately."
As you begin to do so, just patting him on the back, you pull back and you see as you touch his wings pretty much, and your hand is covered in blood.
Wow, that's
Azura says to Gore, "Yes, Gore, you got to remember, these new abilities are probably as foreign to Zaman as, well, you being knocked out by an ally. It's going to take some time for him to adjust. He's only been in his body for only, a day or two? These are just the growing pains of our party. I'm sure we'll get better in time."
But real quick, I forgot to mention one thing. Great risk often comes with great reward, as you guys all gain 1 arc point for all soulbound groups for a total of 4 out of 5. 1 more across one of the groups, and you guys all level up to level 3.
Oh.
hey, see, there you go. There you go. It's not all bad news, guys.
After Azura says that, she just goes off to the cliff to kind of meditate a bit on what she just did.
That said, as you do so, I don't remember. I want to make sure, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe I didn't, so it should happen afterwards. But after you guys have rang the gong, you do see as some things begin to sort of apparate and form beside it. It's not without, any gain. You do gain something. You look over and down at the sort of base of the statue itself. 3 soul coins beside it. But also, you guys may choose 1 resource, and you guys also gain it from the blessing of the statue.
B.
Levels are
Mechanized
resources,
Owl.
right? Like levels are resources.
That's not how that works, sir.
Gotta ask the question.
Gotta ask the questions. No.
Nice.
But here, let me go over your resources so you guys can make a decision. So Valley of Dreams, you have. Also, hold on one second. I gotta update everything because we haven't played in a while. So
we might need some medicine after how
So
y'all.
it would've
Thank you.
been-
Thank you. I said medicine.
how many Warforged you guys
Medicine.
got? You guys have 2.
Two.
So you guys have one food resource out of 10. You guys have. Oh gosh. Okay. So you guys did not have any water before. Actually, I could have swore y'all did.
No.
Yeah, I could have
yeah,
swore
yeah,
y'all did because y'all got
yeah.
the water from the river and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We filled
So
those
that's-
joints up.
Yeah. So that's not right. So
I think
and-
we drank the water, but we didn't take any with us.
The water we drank was from the rain when I kept going outside
Yeah.
and feeling the thing. That was
Yeah.
the one we drank.
and that happened like
Yeah, and then,
literally last
and then we
session.
filled
So
it up after that.
So I think the water is already updated. That's what it is. So you guys have 2 out of 10 water right now, so you'll need to get more. You have 0 out of 10 mana, but you have 8 out of 10 materials, and you have now with these new soul.
mana.
Say it again.
Should have 2 mana from the 2 crystals that I
Oh.
picked up. Remember?
That's right. That's right. Yep. And you guys,
Oh,
yeah, you never used it, right?
Gore got a shit ton of resources last time, and medicine was
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah, you got medicine and potions.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
haven't gotten to the medicine yet. So you have 8 out of 10 materials, and then you have 4 out of 10 medicine on my end. That's what I got. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense and checks out. So I don't think you've gotten medicine anywhere else besides that one place. If I'm right.
Yeah. But,
Okay.
we did get some medicine though.
So to
Yeah.
recap again, 1 out of 10 food, 2 out of 10 water, 2 out of 10 mana, and 8 out of 10 materials, 4 out of 10 medicine, and 8 out of 10 soul coins. Your lowest resource right now is food.
Probably get food.
Yeah.
All right. If that's the case, food it is. So you guys are at 2. You need 2 more to be able to eat. However, keep in mind you have Mal and Philo with you, so either they'll need to find their own food or you'll need to get food for them.
Copy.
Did these spiders leave?
Say it again.
Anticipating that nothing. Did the spiders leave anything behind in their?
Most of the spiders, there's spider corpses like everywhere. The ones that weren't killed, they pretty much scattered out back into the forest. Now, if you're looking for something with a lot of stuff, there is 3 massive spiders beside you if you really want to try to eat that. But it's gonna take a minute.
Well, yeah,
Pick me up some.
go would try to get into that big spider.
legs.
Say it again.
Gore would try to get into that big spider, get whatever he could off of that. He's on
Okay.
survival mode, if anything.
That said, Gore, if you're going to all 3 spiders, make 3 survival checks.
Okay.
While he's doing that, Agni does want to go to Old Man Philo. After this combat, he's going to walk up to him and ask him, "Old man, have you been hurt?"
No. I am fine.
For someone with your age, you seem to bring wisdom to a battlefield. You seem to be untouched.
Though I haven't experienced much life, I know enough of how to preserve it.
Agni's going to nod at him and he's going to say, "I, for one, appreciate your help. Without you, it might have been unfortunate for some of us. This disease that seems to have ailed you, you know how to cure it."
Oh. And thank you, but, you did good as well, but this disease, at this point, it is just old age. Nothing more I can do besides just, going about my days, trying to leave my mark.
Out of character, I thought he failed one of his con saves and was afflicted. That's why I asked.
No, you're thinking of Mao.
Oh, okay.
Old Man Philo was, you are correct though, he does look a little worse for wear, but again, as he mentioned to Azura, it's just old age and he's very, very tired and out of spell slots.
Okay.
So if you want to retract that, yeah, you can do that.
Would you happen to know an area close by where we can rest?
I do. Mao knows the direction. But we reside in a small campsite. That is where hold on one second. Let me make sure I got this confirmed. That is where we've been sort of holding out, gathering resources. The other individual that we mentioned, the samurai, they should be there too. We're on their way to that cave we mentioned, but this is a little bit of a pit stop, or at least that place.
Well, if you will have us, I think the rest of us would like to accompany you there. We need a spot to lick our wounds.
That is true, but he'll point over to the likes of Addy Dark and say, that one doesn't look too well. He breathed in the fumes. Noxious sort of mist.
I'm okay with that.
I'll need to keep an eye on him. He'll walk over to you, Addy Dark, this giant mushroom man, and as he does, he will look at you and say, young man, are you able to make it to a camp? We are not too far from here, but it is a little bit of a journey.
Nothing too far from a tribe of nomads. Any journey is a good journey for us.
I see. Very well. I said, oh boy. Oh no. Goodness, this is gonna be something. Alright, hold on, make sure I have to confirm one last thing. Bear with me for a moment. Is there anything anybody wants to say or do while I'm looking this last thing up and confirming it?
Yeah, Zaman's gonna talk to Mao and just talk to him about the contraption he's putting up, and once again apologize for the for blasting him. He would say, Mao, I thought trying to kill the spiders was the best way to get things moving. I apologize for whatever that was hitting you.
I mean, we're alive, so I mean, I guess it's okay, but you did fuck up my materials and bits of my work. Don't really appreciate that, but I have to sort of build it back together.
Any assistance I can provide, I will.
And Gore will come a little tails. Gore will protect you further, even if he has to watch the greedy one's new body. But thank you for your help there too.
That's, I appreciate it, but, hey, you don't really look too good. Everything okay? And you,
Gore will be fine! Yeah. Gore will be fine.
And as it is kind of irony as he kind of says that because he's looking a little worse for wear right now as well.
Is it common for your folk to look sickly, little one?
I'm perfectly fine. What are you talking about? I think I got a little bit of the fumes, sort of. inhaled a couple of them.
No, it's feeling better than ever.
Can I? Do I know what's going on with them?
Make a medicine check for me.
Eesh.
Oh, you can at least tell that's
Um,
something.
Can I
Okay.
add? I haven't used this Oracle's Insight. I think I roll a D10 on top of that.
Yes, D10.
Copy. Go ahead and do that. Oh, 15.
Alright, hold on. I believe it is this one. Alright. So, how much total?
15.
15, gotcha. Okay.
It's probably too late for guidance, but that's it.
So the 15, you look over at these individuals and whatever that sickness was, or not sickness, but whatever that sort of greenish, purplish mist that sort of they inhaled on top of the likes of the spiders that came with it. You're not necessarily sure whether this is a long-term thing or just sort of a short-term thing they'll get over. But judging from the look of their eyes at the moment, and their kind of just sort of movements, you're gonna want to definitely keep an eye on them. You'll probably need to run a couple of tests to make sure, see if they're okay.
Copy. As the mom would say, you guys don't look well. Make sure when we head to our next destination, you take it slow, and then we can figure out what's going on once we get there.
Alright. Well, that said, so, Mao eventually finishes up with what he's doing and gathers his things, sort of places his giant backpack upon his back, and begins to sort of march on the way down. We'll drag him over here. Just let me get this thing out of the way. That's just gonna be there. That's annoying. I'll have to fix it later. Okay. But eventually he has to kind of walk all the way around. Can't just drop off, but... Alright, so, with everyone gathered forth, Azura, you stand over here still meditating, and eventually you look over off to the side, and all of your allies are slowly moving away.
Yeah.
And gathering forth.
Yeah, she's been just sitting there, kind of wondering what's been going on with her. She knows that she follows the Bushido code and everything, but she doesn't quite understand why this code keeps running through her body, and she feels these chills in her hands every time she strikes. And she's over here just trying to reproduce the effects, but to no avail. And she realizes whatever it is, it's originating from somewhere deep within her. So she pulls out the sword on her lap, and she's starting to wonder if there's some kind of connection between the sword and her abilities. More so, she's wondering if the sword is powered by her, or are those gifts granted by the sword. And as she sits there just trying to think, she's starting to realize she doesn't know who she is. And as she remembers Agni, Zaman, Gore, Cora and Jade, but she's starting to realize she has no clue who she is. She can't even remember 3 days ago. And as she thinks about that, she starts to join the group.
As you begin to do so, you join them as it feels, for the most part, right, but things are ever strange. Too many mysteries, but not enough answers. Eventually, you all see as Azura joins the likes of you. That said, Cora, are you Cora and Addy Dark, are you two doing anything, or are you just waiting for everybody else?
I'm good.
Alright. Darrow, if you were trying to say anything, you were muted.
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright. That said, Mao will just begin to say, alright, well, Good work, everybody, but I will come clean. I will apologize. That sort of gong kind of was me. Curiosity got the best of me. So I do apologize with that. But, I mean, I did find, if it's, I don't know if these things mean anything to you, but I did find these, and it will sort of obviously show you guys the 3 soul coins and the, or the material you guys chose.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was one thing. The survival check for the barbecue spider legs. Did that work? Or because if not, can I roll survival too, or no?
Probably not, but we'll see. So let's see what he's got. So 13, 21, and 3. So from out of the 3, most of them kind of seemed, for the most part, either just unusable as they've been completely destroyed, where it's not really anything you can maybe even have that could be maybe food. However, one of them you do see as you're able to get a little bit of resources out of them. And you are able to get 2 stalks of food from those spiders, Gore. It's not much, but it still helps.
Also, Azora's gonna come over here to Old Man Philo just to give him assistance as they walk. You know, not to really speak or anything. She just wants to provide assistance to him.
As he does kind of brace upon you and continue forth. But he will just say, Mao, you can lead the way to the campsite. Hopefully we shall rejoin with our companion. Alright, well, let's get a move on then. Everyone good to go? Alright. So, if you guys all follow Mao, eventually you guys continue off further and further into the forest. And also, Sean, if you didn't see it in chat, you did receive a D4 inspiration die from chat. Alrighty.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you.
Gotcha.
The one thing is the little tailed one carry any of his stuff.
Say
Just
that.
a random thing.
Say that again.
Gore would have tried to help the little tailed one carry any stuff. You kind of like see if Mao need any help, considering you see how big his bag is.
He probably would just sort of look over towards you and just say, it's fine. I'm used to it at this point. As the bag is literally twice his size.
and Gore would kind of like punch tap him on the shoulder. Like, little ones are stronger than they believe.
Hold on, I need to roll a d20. Oh no, you see as he does, as soon as you sort of pat him on the back, it's almost like he begins to sort of stumble a bit, and he's like, whoa, 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 and kind of braces himself.
Gore would try to catch him, I guess. Like,
he's able to ready or steady himself, especially with your help, but...
Yeah, gotta give him respect to the little guy.
All right. Well, eventually, you guys continue forth, and as you do, let me pull up my notes. You guys are going this way. So, oh gosh, where the hell are we? All right. There we go. First roof. Boom. All right. Here's what you guys see. You look over and you begin to, as Mal is sort of leading you guys, he begins to sort of take you through or further into the forest and going off of this sort of dirt road and path. As you sort of go through it, you notice as the trees themselves, they're definitely larger of the sorts, massive in size, towering over you at this point. However, despite their size, they definitely do seem to bring a little bit of cover overall, preventing anything from kind of immediate sight. And as you go through the bits of the woods and whatnot in this sort of over-densified forest, eventually you find the likes of a small campsite. However, it may not be as what they saw or remember it being. You guys all see this map. Now, I'm going to make it day so then when it switches over, I can make it to night, so it doesn't fuck up the lighting and all that. But keep in mind
Copy.
that it's daytime, or excuse me, nighttime.
I appreciate that.
Oh my gosh! Can't we just get some reprieve?
Oh, man. Oh, goodness gracious.
Welcoming.
Immediately, Azora's gonna do a perception check to see if she sees. Well, I guess it's investigation. Honestly,
Is it working?
I don't know. You call it. She wants to see if whatever did all this is if it's still around. You call the check, I guess.
If you're just,
Mine.
it depends on if you're how close you're getting. If you're walking up to it, that'll be investigation. If you're just looking around, then it's perception, my friend.
Yeah,
Gore would hop up to you, seeing the blood stains and everything like that. I mean, and he would be like, "Is this the way you left it, little one?"
And no, no. You see, he begins to sort of like walk over, but behind you guys, of course, because he's not really much of a combatant. But wait. Do you see anybody or anything?
Zora would say, since Addy Dark and Agni's in the back, she'll say, Agni, form a perimeter. And she'll move forward to kind of look this way. Just she wants to see if whatever did this. Actually, I guess while she's here, an investigation check to see if she could tell what could do this.
All right.
Or,
if anybody wants to help, then you can also make a check, or you can get advantage.
Yeah, I'll cast
give
guidance,
advantage. Yeah, I'll give advantage because Gore's with her.
All
and I'll cast guidance on him.
go for it. It's a D4.
24.
Add
What's
another
guidance
D4.
again?
D4.
Yeah, it's a 28.
Shit. All right. So here's what you look at. You look towards the area, and you see obviously bits of blood, but you don't see any signs of a body. Looking around, the entire tent, obviously, as it looks on the map, is completely sort of torn apart and ruffled about. However, the giant sort of thing, or the thing that makes or you notice, is the mark on the top. It seems to have a giant sort of claw mark. With your investigation check of 28 between the three of you, you're able to deduct that this is definitely a beast of the sorts, but most likely one with claws. And judging from the size of the sort of hole off to the left, considering how massive it is, logically you would say it's probably a bear, but I mean, you can only be so sure. But you do see as the blood stains begin to, or sort of almost smear off to the side over here.
Okay, immediately Azura say
Hey,
she'll turn
sorry.
and oh go ahead.
Yeah, I guess being in tune to more like animals and stuff, would I be able to tell what kind of animal? You said it could be a bear, but could I just know?
Could you just know? Yeah, real quick, just make I'll tell you what, make a survival check with advantage.
I have disadvantage, so I'm just gonna make a survival check.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That
12.
cancels it out.
So you figure that it's probably a bear. You can't really be 100% sure. It's more of the sort of sleep deprivation getting to you at this point.
So like I said, Azura will go back to Mouse. Was there anybody inside this tent that you knew of, or was it empty before you left?
I mean, the only other person that I believe that was here was was Hannibal, but I mean, he's nowhere to be found, so
Hannibal's the samurai guy, right?
yes.
Okay.
I mean, I just here, and you see as Mao begins to just sort of look around, and he begins to sort of set his pack down and look inside the tent, and just not really you as being that cautious, just sort of peering inside, looking around. This one's fine. And then just looks down over here.
Yeah, she'll go with him. Like she'll like move the tarp out the way so he can see.
This one's fine too. He looks over towards the blood stain and is just like, Oh God.
Could Gore, seeing all this blood, and I know he's just getting more into stuff at this point, can he either tell who shed more blood, or it seems like to body somebody, like if we'd be tracking a dead body at this. That makes sense.
Sure. Make a investigation check for this one.
Okay.
Also, you have advantage because of the Hunter's Bane. So 16 and 3, so we'll take the 16. From what it looks like, and the fact of even being a blood hunter looking at blood, you can tell that this is, whatever this is the blood of one individual, not two. Only one.
Let's hope that you're free.
Azura said, as much as it would be great to rush out into the woods to find him, right now we are in no position to put ourselves in any more perilous situations. We might have to rest in try to search for your friend once dawn breaks.
Zaman would say, maybe I can send something to scout, just to take a look.
What exactly? We can't just leave him out there. I mean, he's strong, but I mean...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
She was just gonna ask Zaman, what do you mean you can send something out to scouts?
Zaman says, I think I can summon like an owl or a bat or something to see if they can maybe pinpoint its location, whatever was dragged away.
She said, well, that is something we can do, Mal. Send this thing from Zaman out to scout in a direction. But currently, the way our party is looking, if we go out into those woods, we might not be as helpful in our current state. At most, right now, we could protect you in Philo. But if Zaman can scout out where your friend is, and if it's close, then perhaps there is something we can do about it. And she'll nod to you and look towards Gore.
You should look. And Gore will yell out, "Give him space if he's trying new tricks with that body!"
Alright, and then I will summon a wild companion.
Alrighty. Because we didn't talk about it before, I will summon forth just a random owl. However, if you would like to flavor it any sort of way, if you want to be mechanical or anything like that, then yeah, just let me know.
Definitely a metal owl. Definitely a metal owl.
I will get a full-on art for him next time, but obviously I can't get it right now. But
of course,
as you begin to summon forth and begin to sort of tinker for a brief moment, you look towards the likes of your body as it begins to sort of almost expand for a brief moment, and you watch as the gears begins to sort of turn. And as you begin to channel this sort of strange, unknown power that trying to kind of unleash it forth before you, it's definitely a strange experience that you've never really dealt with, especially in your past as a cleric. But now as you look around, you kind of feel a little bit more in tune, but not necessarily with nature around you, more so really just the metal. You look over towards the likes of the metal of Azura's blade and her armor, and even all the contraption amongst the mouths. And as you begin to sort of almost visualize for a brief moment of a simple owl, slowly but surely apparating and almost morphing into your hand, you see a mechanized owl at your disposal and before you.
Zaman will look at the owl and walk it over to the area of the blood and say, try to figure out where this leads and see if you can find the location and report back to me.
You'll see as the owl will sort of turn its head, scanning the area, and then look towards you and nod. As it does, it begins to flap its wings for a brief moment, begins to start soaring off to the side. That said, though it is, I believe, the Find Familiar spell, if I'm not mistaken, would you like to look through its eyes?
I would.
All right. You look towards Zaman, and his eyes begin to sort of flash this bright red, and so does the mechanical owls. While this is all occurring, real quick, Agni and Addy, or Addy Dark, you were doing that to the side. Agni, what are you doing over here, back in the forest?
When everyone was coming in, Agni's been pretty distracted. He's been sort of looking at like his hand, and he wants to go up to Old Man Philo, and ask to see his hands to see if he has any marks on his hands. So as we're coming in, Agni would say to him, "Old man, do you mind if I take a look at your hand for a sec?"
Oh, I see. Oh, extend arms, kind of extend both palms outwards.
He would look them over to see if they have any sort of similar markings, whether it's his or the one he saw with like Zaman with the triangle or anything of the sort.
You see nothing upon his.
Agni would just nod. You'll hear him say, "Thank you. That is all." And he's just going to kind of walk in. He's just going to walk away, sort of into the camp, a bit distracted. Just kind of flexing his own hand right now, knowing what just happened. Just kind of thinking to himself. He's just a bit distracted with everything that's going on.
He'll look towards you, but then give you your space to contemplate. That said, while that is all happening. So, Zaman, as you send forth this owl, it's not far, or you don't have to go far, as you begin to send, or as it goes soaring off further and further towards the blood. And immediately you see, well, actually real quick, I'll tell you what, make a perception check with the owl. So I don't know if you have the stat blocks out, but here, just roll a 2d20.
I do. Okay, 2d20, I can do that.
Because they have advantage, I believe. Yeah.
I think I have a +3.
11
Yes,
plus
+3.
3, 14. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, so with that, you look over off to the side, and immediately the owl begins to just sort of stop in its tracks, sort of perching up amongst this, or up amongst the branches, and it looks down, and it sees a bit of rumbling amongst the sort of bushes. You look closer through the eye, or the eyes of the owl, and you see a massive creature before you. Oh boy. You look over, and emerging, this creature, almost giant in size, with a large gaping maw. And you see the likes of a bear. However, you see it as it's sort of almost backing upwards for a brief moment. And as it does, you see as it begins to almost leap onto the likes of its hind legs and roars out at something before a brief flash. Shink! And you see, looking towards the bear, as its entire head just slowly slides off of its body before tumbling over like a pile of bricks before you. As this happens, you look over, and you see, standing over the body, an individual sort of clad in armor. One that you would definitely know, considering your homeland. The armor of a true Ishtaran samurai. Red armor and black garb, wielding a massive sort of sword, and having another blade sheathed at their side. Oh boy. And you see this individual after so long. Welcome back, my friend. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeesh. Somebody.
That said,
Copy.
Man, God, 2 swords.
as they begin to look over at the here, I guess I can bring this over here. As they begin to look over at the sort of dead bear, you notice something with your 14 on your perception check. They actually place their blade to the blood on the ground, and you see as it siphons into the blade itself and then turns into fire before they just sort of flick the blade and slowly sheathe it while dousing the flames from it, storing it for later. As they're sort of looking down at the beast, they just pretty much still just looking at them or looking down at it, just sort of calls out and says, pretty much, yeah, just only focusing on the bear, and just says, "Are these friends of yours, Mao?" Oh, holy shit, you're fucking alive. You see his Mao just basically just sprints on over to see what's going on after sort of hearing that voice. That said, you see as the individual is just sort of looking at the bear, or you're just sort of examining it, and he begins to sort of stand up and sort of move it over to the side. These individuals are fine. They actually helped us not too long ago. It was a bit of an attack. That the gong he sort of mentioned. Right. You'll see as the individual will begin to slowly step forth. At this point, they walk past your owl, sort of glancing at it, keeping their sword or keeping their hand on the sheath, but still walking forward. That said, what are you all doing?
Zaman will call his owl back and get back into his regular vision.
I said,
Azura would slowly approach and recognizing, the armor he wears and everything, she'll bow down to her waist, and she'll say, as she holds onto her the hilt of her blade, she'll say, "You must be Hana Bodono," and she'll bow all the way down and come back up.
We'll see as he rolls.
Do we see the remains of the bear?
Oh yeah, his head isn't entirely off, but the lower portion of the bear is right there.
Okay, so it's within sight, and then Gore will be like, "Ha ha ha! So, it was that one's blood. Good job, big one."
And he looks over towards Gore, eyes him up and down, looks towards Azura. He returns the bow, but it's more of a as he's kind of doing it, he is his eyes have not left either of you, any of you have pretty much. Neither has his hand upon the blade left.
Would Gore have noticed the little blood thing that happened with the sword or not?
Probably not, because you weren't in the woods, and that was yeah.
Copy.
Zaman would say,
You probably would have noticed at least a light somewhere, but that was about it. Something lighting up.
Is this similar to what Gore does when he does his Crimson Right?
Well, you just see as his weapon just sort of turns on like a flame, but he sort of siphoned the blood itself onto the blade. Here, real quick. Make a history check for me, Zaman.
Copy. 18.
Good stuff. So, from what you know, here, let me make sure I got the camera right. From what you know, typically, coming from the Ashtarans and Jade the Dragon Valley and all that stuff, you would know that most individuals who sort of maintain their blade, they'll typically just sort of flick the blood off and then sheath it to prevent it from rusting or anything. But this individual didn't really do that. They kind of left the blood onto the blade. Now, granted, they did sort of flick it, but they kept the blood itself it didn't sort of fly off onto the ground or anything like that. So there's that, and then afterwards the blood sort of turned into fire. So it's definitely nothing you've really seen before, but it kind of resembles a little bit like what gore does, kind of.
Copy. Zaman would approach and say, "Sir, I noticed your battle with the bear, and at the end, that was an interesting technique you did with the fire. It seems familiar, but quite different. I thought most Istarans typically remove the blood to clean their blade, but you seem to have purified it with fire."
You will see as he will say that I did. That's a technique known to me and my, well, previous clan.
Zora would say, this is, she'd like look around at the place and she'd say, I like looking back at the carnage behind, and she said, well, you know, we all feared the worst when we came back to this camp, but it is certainly good enough to see that you are indeed doing well. And she'll kind of like back up to allow him space into the camp, and she'll introduce the people. She'll say, behind you is Gore of the Metals. This here is one of my good friends, Zaman. And then she'll point to Agni back here. She'll say, that's one back there is Agni, and behind him is Cora. In the one over there, as she points to Adidog, she'll say, that is Adidog.
An interesting bunch. As he begins to sort of say this, he looks around and then looks over to you to answer and respond. Hannibal, declared orders of Leonios.
Once again, she bows and she says, it is a pleasure. And as she does, she goes to kind of it's like give her title, but she realizes she does not remember. But she remembers she used to give her title all the time, but she just doesn't remember what that was. But she knows that's a custom, but she just says Azura, and then she kind of tries to move quickly past it, and she says, well, I hope you are not injured in any way.
I am not. Everybody, real quick, make a perception check with sight if you're around Hannibal.
She get advantage?
Yeah.
14.
14, 9, 17. And I believe that's everyone. 17. You.
Question.
Oh, go ahead.
When he said Leonios, did that ring any bells
To
for
you?
Zaman?
I
I thought we met
believe-
somebody. I thought 40 Cal was from Leonios, but I could be wrong.
I was hoping to God someone remembered. Hey, Zaman, you get an inspiration point. You get DM's inspiration.
Copy.
That's a free reroll, my friend. In fact,
Definitely gonna
that
need
is true.
those.
40 cal is from Leonios. That being said, so that name definitely does ring true to you. So, but with your 17 Azura, you look over, just barely glancing towards his blade. Now, granted, the art that I showed you, it shows him having long swords and a short sword, but make no mistake, he actually does have a katana and a tanto. But looking at his, with your 17, towards the palm of his hand, you see something glowing red.
Does it look like like not a familiar, but like a symbol like we all have? But is it anyone else has that same symbol in our group?
It does. It looks like the one similar to Zaman's.
Yeah. Seeing that, she'll mention it and say, that symbol on your hand, it is the same one as someone in this group here. Do you know or understand what these symbols are? They seem to appear on our hands.
He'll look towards Mao for a brief moment, and he'll just sort of nod. Yeah, I do. At least I know of this. And he'll begin to show you the mark. However, the marking upon his hand, though it's a red triangle, it's definitely different than what you all are used to. Instead, where the 3 points are, they kind of go past the palm of his hand, or they're kind of slowly reaching past the palm of his hand. Now, I mean, if we really got to do this, I can try to fucking draw it on Foundry, but dear Lord, bear with me for a minute, and I'll try my best, because it's not the easiest thing. It kind of looks something like this. I don't know if you can see me drawn. Oh fuck! God damn it! I already fucked it up. There we go. Wait. What? What the fuck is Foundry? Bro, don't make me have to get on the freaking Microsoft Paint. Bro, alright. Alright, I see what we're doing here. I'll try this. Does that work? Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, we can see it.
I'm doing this with a mouse. I don't have my drawing tablet, so deal with it.
Copy.
It's kind of like that. And it kind of goes, it's slowly sort of spreading across the palm of his hand. Now, granted, it is a red triangle and all that stuff, but that's the closest sort of representation I can get to it.
Okay, so he said that he knows what that one means, the one that's on his hand.
Yes. That was the one he was referring to.
She'll say, that's one. It is similar to, she'll look over as a man. Yours is a triangle like that one, correct?
And the man would open up his hand and say, yeah. And he would just put his hand out in the air.
Yours hasn't manifested.
Manifested? What does that mean?
Yours does not look, or yours looks like it how mine once did. Before the change and whatnot. You not learned how to do it yet.
I have not. I don't even know what this thing means. Any insight that you could provide would be quite helpful.
Here. Gather forth, and then let me explain. I'd wish not to stand. Hold on 1 second, everybody. I gotta thank the raid. Hey everybody, thank you guys for the Carney Sideshow with the 58-person viewer raid. Holy crap. Thank you guys so much for for joining on in. Thank you guys so much. Now, granted, I am DMing at the moment as I am a professional dungeon master, so I won't be able to pay too much attention to all the follows or all the any bits of messages in the chats. But thank you guys so much. Much love to you guys, Carney Sideshow. Hopefully you guys' stream went well and you guys enjoyed yourselves. But that said,
I definitely got my notes.
But that being said, for those of you guys who don't know, my name is Sensei Suplex.
Right, bro? Like, whoa,
Hold on.
manifestation. Uh-oh.
Hold on, I was like, I'm gonna mute all the players and all that stuff. But for those of you guys who don't know, I'm a professional dungeon master, and I also help each and every single one of you guys and more to bring your D&D games to the highest level possible, and try to bring you guys tips and tricks on how to pretty much make the D&D the most fun and enjoyable game you guys can. But also, I run a giant persistent universe known as Project Aurora, where several dozen dungeon masters like myself, as well as hundreds of players, all basically playing the same living, breathing universe that can affect each other in a multitude of ways. You guys in chat actually can affect the world right here and now. If you guys use or stick around and you guys gain a bit of channel points, you guys can give inspiration points, you guys can give health potions and affect the actual session, giving resources and more. But that said, thank you guys so much again for the raid, but I got to get back to the game, so we're gonna get back directly into it. Thanks, guys. All right. There we go. All right, we're back. So, as you see, as Hannibal begins to walk over, he's still, again, keep in mind, he has not taken the sort of hand off the sheath of his blade. He walks over and begins to look over towards Philo.
Hey, sorry.
Go ahead.
One quick second.
Yep.
During this, can I have my owl like scout the area?
Sure thing. I'll tell you what, make it just a perception check with advantage, as you're just sending them just to scout around the perimeter.
Correct.
I know a lot of this important information is actually back. He wanted.
Oh no.
This is it's an 18.
18.
Force
That
me.
one is, yeah.
Fortunately, at advantage. Yeesh.
Gotcha. With an 18, you look around the area and it doesn't seem to be any animals, any bandits, or any undesirables in sight.
Copy.
All right. That said, eventually you'll see as Hannibal begins to walk over towards the likes of old man Philo, and as he does, he begins to just almost stoically look over and just say, Philo, are you all right? You look worse than the last time I left you. You'll see as Philo, again, not really much of a talker, similar to this individual, will just sort of hold his hand out and just say, I am fine. I just need to reconnect with the others, and I will be right as rain. That said, here I can at least help with the blood in the battle before I go. You'll see as the individual begins to sort of walk over, and he will just pretty much start druid crafting more and more of this sort of, or a little bit more greenery over the blood, and kind of just sort of letting it sort of fade into the soil to at least clean up the area for a bit. That said, while this is all happening, to make sure, Addydark, as you're off to the side, sort of witnessing everything, you in your tired state, what are you doing over here?
Thinking about napping in these trees. Thinking about.
Thinking about it.
But
Easy enough.
yeah, nothing from my end.
Gotcha. Just making sure. So, at this point, as this is all sort of happening, playing out, I will change maps for you, as this map is now clear. Oh boy. I'll have to obviously activate the night cycle, but eventually, after a bit of time, you guys find all of yourselves sort of gathered around.
Since just to double check, that bear did. Was over there. He wanted to see the damage that old boy had done to the, and take a good look, even if he was gonna try to survival check. I just wanted. I want to do it because Gora wasn't paying attention as much as what old did to the bear.
I want to get some bear steaks.
All right, so Adidar, you move yourself over to where the bear was. Gore, you looking for the what do you mean by you're looking for the damage? Like, is the bear like Yeah, what are you looking for?
Gore's one, just trying to see how, like, admiring his crushing of said bear, but then also scavenge.
So make a probably investigation check for this one. Addy Dark, if you're looking to see like how usable the bear is and like in the sense of how much food you can probably get from it, make a survival check. And keep in mind, Addy Dark, this is with a disadvantage. Yep, you got it. 10 and 18. So looking towards it, Gore with your 18, looking towards the kind of the cuts this individual made, it's not many, but they're deep and precise. It seems to be, or the main sort of almost visceral sort of strike definitely was the one towards the head where it sliced or pretty much sliced it completely off. But there only remains pretty much 4 other strikes that caused all of the blood that you saw before in the tent and onto the ground.
Copy.
Addy Dark with your 10 on survival. Granted, it'll take a little bit of skinning and whatnot, but it is a bear, and they definitely do have a lot of meat, so you will be able to definitely cook this. It'll take you a little bit, but you'll definitely be able to eat good.
You never waste an animal. Never make waste a beast.
We should even take his fur. That would be Gore saying. I don't know if Gore could do that.
All right, so are you trying to skin it and all that stuff?
Sure.
Gore, make a survival check. If Addy Dark is helping, you can have advantage.
Is he?
Oh yeah, I'm helping.
Gotcha. So, Gore, as you begin to take it that of your blade out and begin to start skinning it. Now, granted, it's going to take you a little bit. So, while Addy Dark is sort of helping you with that, what are the rest of you all doing over here? Are you waiting for something?
Waiting for the lore dump.
Gotcha.
Sitting waiting for story time. I never seen y'all so excited for story time, man.
Oh goodness! I will
Gather
say
around
this.
the campfire, sing this campfire song. Let's do it.
All right. Well, if you
Get
guys
a
want to
little
gather around the
fire here.
campfire, so you will see as I'll try. Oh, go ahead, Agni.
Agni probably would have, while all this was happening, he would have gone to Cora, and asked Cora, Cora, if you don't mind, could I see your weapon, please?
Muted if you're speaking.
Oh shit. Core shows him the kabooboo. I'm assuming you're talking about the kabooboo.
Yep, the
Yes,
cannibal.
could I have it? Yes, could I have it for a minute, please?
Yeah, Core will put it in Agni's hand.
All right.
So Agni, before, when we were on this map before, Agni would have like made a fire just for some light source while everyone was over there.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as like Hannibal walked over, told man Philo, and everyone followed, he would have moved to like somewhere behind the tents and would have like made a controlled fire this time. And he would take Cora's weapon and his weapon, kind of just off to the side, with some of his blacksmithing tools, and he's just kind of cleaning them, sharpening them, and just kind of sitting down and just resting a little bit away from people.
That said, as you are looking over, or as you're sort of doing this, you do see as Hannibal sort of eyes you. He hasn't really like, even like throughout this entire time, as it's been roughly 10-ish to maybe 20 minutes of this, he still kind of hasn't taken his eye off you or really anybody. But as you're off to the side, you said that you lit this fire, correct? In the center or no?
Yeah, he would have lit that fire, and then once people came over, he would have went over and just started like an actual controlled fire with just some sticks over here, just for a little bit of light for himself.
You got it. All right, I'll make one. That's gonna be uncentered. No, I'm gonna literally change the entire map to center it.
Suck. Yeah,
I'm changing the entire map. I can't.
Fair enough.
It must be perfect. It must be. Alright, I think I got it. Yes. And we're gonna take this
And
flame.
rearrange the world just for this.
That's right. Hey, good enough. We take those. Oh man, it's not perfect, but it's good enough.
Pretty close.
Alright. That said, so, what would you all like to say and what would you like to do? Are you asking Hannibal something specifically or no?
I thought he was going to explain. Well, Zaman had asked about like what he means by the whole it hasn't
Manifestation.
manifested all that. Yeah.
Gotcha. So, if you're asking him about what it all does and whatnot, at this point, probably Gore and Addy Dark, you would come back with the likes of the pelts and the also bear meat. Oh boy, I hope you're ready for this. You guys get a total of 4 stocks of resources out of the bear, and you can probably get a little bit more if you take a little bit more time with it. But you're now at 8 out of 10 food.
Oh, so we could take more time with it?
If you really want to take more time with it, yeah, you can.
Yeah, them boys working over there.
All right, you working over there? You got it.
We gotta do work. We gotta do work.
Gotta do work.
We don't need no light and night vision here. We be working
We working.
too long, working too long.
Gotcha. Hannibal will just say, sort of cross-legged, those marks, me and a couple of individuals used to bear, and what's not, when we arrived first to this place. However, apparently upon making contact and conversing with one another through the marks, did they manifest and change? Have you seen its omens at all?
Zaman will recall and say, I remember seeing somebody we interacted with before, and it was showing them in danger. Is that what you mean?
Possibly. Did the mark ever sort of detach itself and show you these visions?
Yes.
Well, and that is what I am referring to. That said, I assume you haven't tried to speak into it or grab their attention, have you?
We have not.
Well, if you want that thing to manifest, then that is what is necessary. That is about as far as, well, we ever got. Before, well, the Starry Ones decided to course over the land.
How do we even begin to go about utilizing these marks to reach out or communicate? Is it something to do with powering them up, or is it a simple activation?
I wouldn't be able to tell you the others, but I can tell you the one that I resided with, as it's the only one I knew. Or had the most time with, at the least. For mine, again, like I said, simply conversing with the individuals on the other side, getting their attention, trying to speak, or something was enough for me. Once they responded, then it resided like this, and I'll show the palm of his, paw.
And Zaman would say, so did you, and he would try to activate the vision to see if he could do it right now. Did you just put your palm out and say, come on, or Alakadabra?
If only it was that simple, but, I mean, you can certainly try.
Azura will try. She'll hold up her palm and say, she'll like look around, like she you know, she's not used to looking foolish, but she'll like speak into her palm and say, "Hello, is anyone on the other side?" And she's like staring into her palm, and she's like, "Hello, is anyone there?"
Zaman would do something similar, except for he would say, I remember saying Nephiba, so maybe if I say her name, Nephiba.
Oh my God.
Nephiba.
Oh my God.
Boy. 1 second, please. I have to calculate. Oh boy. Yeah, you're good. Oh boy, it's only the name is the thing. It's only the name.
Yeah. God, playing with fire. I know. I know.
This guy is this guy. Oh man. All right, as you say the name Nephiba, trying to sort of utilize the marks. Azura, you trying to sort of try to speak into yours. Oh boy. Nothing seems to happen.
Yeah, she says, yeah, she'll say, yeah, is it something you did internally to think about communicating, or was it truly out in words? Basically, she's asking, like, were they using, like, did he speak kind of like in his mind when he talked through the symbol, or did he actually talk out loud like a walkie-talkie?
He will say, truly, I only spent so much time with it before it stopped reacting. It only stopped reacting a couple of days ago. Well, suns ago. But it never was upon, from what we could tell, any of our volition, kind of reacted on its own. And as he says that,
Quick
Zaman...
question: Did Gore hear any of this conversation all the way?
No.
Or did we too into the bear?
Nah,
Or
you're
just
too into the
checking?
bear.
All right.
But, it takes so takes a little bit. I'll tell you what, make a survival check real quick, you two. Or I guess Gore with advantage.
You said a perception check?
Survival. This is to see if you're able to sort of, basically, you know, get the bear in a condition to the point where you can kind of hurry up the process, but take your time, obviously.
I was impressed. I just want to know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. And then I mean, he's not really talking like too loud and whatnot, so probably not. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Gore, make a perception check. DC's a little high, but I'll give you a shot. Ooh.
Gore?
Team lag.
No, I'm muted now, but I.
Trying to make.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Nah, not with a 5.
Gore's in his bear, bro. He's in his bear.
He's in the bear. That said, Zaman, as Hannibal begins to mention that it kind of goes on its own, almost on cue, the mark upon your hand begins to shine forth. And as it does, you watch as the mark itself begins to detach from the palm of your hand. You see as the red triangle begins to expand outwards, massive in size, and inside the small triangle, you see visions, strange happenings, as an omen plays before you. Oh, also, someone's mic is typing. Someone mute your mic. We can hear you typing and all that. Alright. As this begins to play out before you, you see several individuals amongst the sands, the Forbidden Expanse from what you could probably tell. However, similar to in fashion of how you experienced it before, It is snowing at the moment, like when you were there. You look over and you see these several individuals fighting amongst them, and in the midst of the rubble, the ground itself begins to rise beneath them and soar upwards into the sky. The fighting continues amongst this sort of flying debris. The same individuals you saw previously in the vision with the Nephiba Morga. However, as this is sort of happening, all 6 of them of different shapes and sizes seem to be fighting a man with green eyes moving, unleashing druidic power. He seems powerful, but he's outnumbered. I need Azura and Zaman make a perception check. This is a base roll, so no advantage. Cora, you as well. You can make a perception check. All right, 13, 18.
I'll throw my D8 on there.
Add a D or roll a D8 for me, Azura. 3 total, 15. That's good enough. So,
16,
or
yeah.
16, yeah. You look over towards the individual who seems to have green eyes. You've seen that before. Especially you, Azura, but you know this individual to be an oculi 100%. Easily enough being able to tell that this individual is a part of the Samadan clan. Individuals wielding the power of telekinetics and psionics. As they're sort of fighting this individual, you look over and the vision begins to change before your very eyes. And you see as the 6 have this Samadan oculi tied up and are questioning him. It flashes again before these same individuals, including the oculi, they seem to be sort of shackled and walking with them. They reside in front of a statue of a Leonin individual. No one that you've ever seen. It's not Hannibal either. Before one of them says something, and one of the larger individuals, they begin to come clear throughout the vision, besides it being blurry, and you see a furbolg man with darker hair, as well as sort of dressed in sort of druidic nature and wear. As they begin to sort of react to the word, they begin to drop down onto their knees, breathing heavily as several of these strange astral figures of coursing lights of green, blues, and purples and more, similar, or they appear before them, similar to what Azura and Agni, you experienced. And as they sort of, or as this individual sort of resides there, all of them surrounding them, what do you all say and what do you all do?
Zaman would call out and say, "Hello, can you hear me? If you can, my name is Zaman. We are, I believe, in a different land, but it looks like you're in the Forbidden Expanse."
That said, as it happens, you look over towards the individuals and they all begin to look towards another one as it begins to become clear towards you. You look over and you see as a bright red shining light begins to form amongst one of their hands, and it seems to be they have almost these strange sort of horns, one chopped off, but they begin to sort of raise their hand and it slowly, a triangle begins to form, and they look towards them, and almost all look at you in unison before the vision begins to fade, and the triangle that you all were looking into begins to fade slowly upon your hand and just continues to just sort of glow and glow and keep just sort of pulsing without stopping.
I guess Zaman will continue to talk into it and say, If you can hear me, please respond. I don't know exactly where you're at, but I know I've been there before. I don't know how I got where I am currently, but maybe we can help each other.
You see as Hannibal would just sort of raise a hand. It is finished, boy. It is... They probably cannot hear you by now.
Zaman would say, Who did you see when you saw your vision?
He sees he begins to sort of think and ponder for a moment. He sort of almost strains himself for a brief moment and just says, I cannot remember, sadly. If I can't remember, then I must assume that they are dead and forgotten.
Zaman would say, That's peculiar. You also mentioned you're from Leonios, correct?
I am.
We met another individual from Leonios. He went by the name of Fortical. When he told us about Leonios, it seems like a very, very different place. Like, I haven't heard of any place like that on Voden.
It is.
So how do you know how you got here? How did you get here?
Oh boy. Everybody get your notebooks out. It's time to drop some lore. Oh,
The music
good.
just picked up too.
Ah, boy, I've been waiting for this shit for the past couple of fucking months too. You will see as Hannibal begins to say, Leonios, a realm, from what I can assume, definitely not anywhere near here. But the last thing I remember before traversing here was I was in a prison. Not locked up, but impersonating a god. Now, Azura, this immediately throws you off, cause you knowing the warrior's code and all this stuff, this is obviously a direct violation to it, which is strange for sure, but information for later. Yeah. And I remember assisting individuals sent to find them and free them. And the likes for the Claret Orders, a faction and an organization. I was sentenced, well, not sentenced, but tasked to free the likes of a hobgoblin man and Vruk Trials. Or a tabaxi individual of monastic tradition and Smooth Vial. The likes of a Triton individual of arcane capability and Talion Bilgewater. A Vidalcan individual, similar to what you, from what I can tell, your little gadgets are capable of. And he looks towards Zaman. His name was Cable, is what he went by.
He's saying he was a warforged, essentially?
No, he's more referring to the fact that he was an artificer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The last one was an Azamar. One to the likes of Heliod and Oldar. A powerful warrior she was, but I invited her to the Claret Orders, but she never was able to arrive after the chaos.
Well, buddy, do you say in likeness to Heliod? I need clarity, and Gore heard that name. That's all I need to know.
He said that she worshipped, basically Heliod in that sort of sense.
Okay. I don't know if Gore heard it, but Gore's gonna be over here.
Make another perception check, Gore. Dang, that bear is taking a minute. It's got you invested.
It's a big Gore. It's probably better. It's probably better that way. It's probably better that way.
Can't waste any of it in my culture. Can't waste any of it.
Yeah. All I'm saying is he didn't hear that name, and the bear.
But regardless,
Gore is straight taunting that bear right. Straight Star Wars, cut it open for heat. We all in there.
we were looking for these individuals to. I guess it doesn't matter anymore, so it's fine if I tell you. We were looking for one of the weapons of, well, Dindar. You believed those individuals had connections to it, at least the Hobgoblin and the Tabaxi. But everyone, actually, no, you guys don't know. Well, nah, I don't
question.
think you guys realistically would know.
Would this weapon been anything related to like a divine weapon that Zaman was told about?
Make a religion check for me, Zaman.
Copy.
You have no idea. Hey,
Copy.
you yourself have no idea.
Copy.
However, when I tried to question them, I wasn't able to get in contact with them during the prison break. They retreated into the sewers, but as I tried to find them and track them down, saw nothing but an astral light and more before I was taken from my land and resided here in the valley.
Zaman would say an astral light. Interesting.
This is the last thing I remember seeing before we woke up here as well. A sort of a bright light and then darkness.
I do remember
also-
one thing though,
Go.
but
Oh, good.
I don't think it really means much. But the individual coursing with an astral light, they did carry a firearm of the sorts. Similar astral light, but it was definitely strange before. But hooded, but that was all I could see before being taken. Everyone who was a part of Sands of Sin that hears this, make a history check.
There goes that memory of hers.
Level
Oh, is
seven.
there, are you 100% don't know? I don't even know why I asked you to roll.
Lord.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll that perception check.
Oh, sorry, bro. Snowflakes.
Finally. Finally.
Some caught Gore's ear. Is that what?
Oh man. Alright, Gore. So at this point, I'll give it to you. You and Addy Dark are able to get the rest of the bear at this point, as this is a long conversation. As you guys do, you gain 2 more stocks of the food resource, and you are maxed out at 10. Good stuff.
Copy.
You guys are eating good tonight.
What did Gorgeous hear? Did that pick them up? Because his
You can just
perception
ask.
was like, here?
You can just ask him.
Also, for the one resource that we get from that statue thing, can we just choose water?
You already chose it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
What did the big one say? I guess he would come back over, feed himself. He just covered in blood from this bear fur.
He mentioned a firearm. I'm unsure what that is.
You know what firearms are, Zaman.
Copy. Okay.
They're very common in Voden.
Especially
Especially in the Ishtarans and all that stuff.
Copy.
Well, this hooded individual sounded any bit familiar to.
Gore, make a history check. Oh, you already did. You made your 12.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got all around the board. We got a Cora with a 15 and Gore with a 12. So Cora and Gore, you remember this. Long ago, when you all were talking to the likes of 40 Cal and his goblin friend Glock, you remember him saying that he was running, they were running from someone or something. Now, he being himself a skilled gunslinger, nobody was as skilled as this individual, as he straight up murdered almost all of, the rest of the people that he was sort of going with. Remember? But the thing that you remember, or that why this sort of rings true to you, is because he said something about an astral light about them. He had mentioned it.
And Gore would be like, was that not the same one?
You cut out.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, he was like, isn't that the same one they said that for?
Have you seen this individual?
No, we haven't actually.
Nah, you've never seen him.
Heard up. No. Well, we ran from others from another world. And they said something about the similar person.
I see. I have a question for all of you. Are you from this realm known as Voden? Or are you from elsewhere?
The more I travel in this place, it has such a familiar vibe to it. The structures, the statues, it feels like this is my home, but ever since I woke up from that astral light, I can't remember much before then.
Zaman would say, yes, I am from here. Azura, I know you are too, as we've been friends for a long time. The others, I am unsure.
Gore's been around many places. This particular, not home, so to speak.
I see. What of you? And look over towards Adidark.
On mute.
You're muted.
Strong.
Oh man.
Oh man, greatest speech you'll never hear. I'll just give you a abridged version. I do not recall that in my journeys.
I see. And what of you? We'll raise his voice slightly and look towards Agni. Are you from here? Or are you from another realm?
Agnew would just look up and then just go back to what he was doing.
Alright. Real quick, gotta thank the raid for a second. Be right back.
Copy.
Hey, thank you guys. Fabled42 with the raid of 18. Heck yeah, thank you guys for joining on in. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you guys so much. My name is SenseiSuplex and I'm a professional dungeon master. I'm running a giant sort of persistent universe featuring several dozen campaigns, multiple campaigns and several dozen dungeon masters like myself, and they all can affect each other in big or small ways. Right now I'm DMing at the moment, so I can't really pay too much attention to chat. But thank you guys so much for the follows and all that stuff, and all the messages are in love is much appreciated. But I gotta focus on the game, so thank you guys so much. You guys are freaking fantastic. Much love, much love. Hopefully your guys' stream went well and you guys enjoyed yourself. Thank you. Also, if you're interested in that universe thing that I mentioned before, join the Discord link, because hey, it's freaking awesome. But that said, we're going back into the game. Thank you guys again so much.
Hey, prove us wrong, bro.
I'm back.
Prove us wrong. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Your mans don't sleep, huh?
That's one. Is he?
They never told you about the Baba Yaga, bro. Fiercely, bro.
Hannibal will look over to the likes of Agni and just say, or ask, "Is that one to be trusted?"
Zaman would say, yes, he has saved our lives many times, and he just recently saved us. I'm sure he's probably still frustrated from what happened earlier.
I see. Well, if that is the case, I don't know the sort of connection between that individual and me sort of residing here. I don't know if they took me here, if I knew them beforehand, or if they're the key to get back. I do not know. But regardless, at this point, I have business elsewhere to deal with. Another tyrant needs to be slain.
Perhaps this is something we can give you a hand with.
You'll see as he just sort of chuckles to himself and just sort of says, "Low," but you guys can all hear it, and he just says, "No matter where we go, a revolution always ensues."
Can you tell us more about this tyrant? What are their crimes?
Hold on one moment. Gotta make sure and confirm all this stuff. What the frick did it go? Here we go. This individual, I don't know. You said you were here before, so I'm sure you know of them. The leader of the Ishtara currently. His rule does not bode well. Now, though you do not know of this place known as Leonios, but I shall say one thing that it is known for is the tyrant running it, and a king known as, King Godfrey. This individual upon Leonios, and the other residing here, they seem similar. Not physically, but in ideals. The way they carry themselves. They are the same. Or at least this new ruler will soon be. But
the same how? What have they done? Can they not be reasoned with?
Reasoned with, perhaps. But I only know so much about them. To get to them would be near impossible with what they have and the forces they have behind them. the individuals backing them.
Well, if they are such a tyrant, maybe the individuals backing them will instead back us, depending on what they value.
Perhaps. But regardless, my ambitions must wait for now. I did swear an oath and made a promise to these, well, to this individual. And he'll look towards Philo. And at this point, you will see as Philo has completely nodded off. Like he's asleep. But one thing that you do know that's interesting is Philo, where his legs were, they have kind of conjoined into one single stalk, and they've embedded themselves into the ground. It's like an actual mushroom. And you see as they just sort of reside there, kind of, those close enough would hear as he's just sort of giggling off to himself and just sort of laughing, but talking very, very quietly and softly. I am to return him to his home. It's not far from here, but still.
Well, he offered us great assistance, and if it wasn't for him, we would not have this moment of reprieve. The least we can do is assist you in making sure they get to where they need to be safely. And perhaps upon the way, we may be able to discuss these tyrants and perhaps ways that we may be able to be of assistance. Having allies in this new realm would be more than welcome.
And allies in this new realm. I will say you do realize, as I mentioned before, they have a lot of individuals backing them. To make an ally in three of us and go against them would be making enemies out of dozens of them.
Well, that is the thing about courage. Perceiving what is right and doing it not reveals a lack of courage, but courage is always what is right in doing that. That is the way of the Bushido.
Zaman would say, numbers isn't everything. Sometimes strategy beats mass armies.
You will see as he sort of smirks towards Azura. This is the first time he's even cracked a smile or even had a change of, like, pretty much his face. He's been pretty much stoic the entire time. But that does get a reaction out of him. That is the way of Bushido. But if that is the case.
One thing.
Oh, go ahead, Gore.
No, it's one question. Gore would be like, is this tyrant friends with those sparkly orcs we dealt with back in the caves?
As far as I am aware, no. But it can't be ruled out yet.
Does this tyrant
Everyone that
side
sparkles
with creatures of the night?
I can't confirm as of yet, but from what I know and what I've seen so far in my dealings with them, they definitely tend to deal in the night, in the sense of residing in it and enjoying it. But that is as far as the extent as I really know. That isn't just myth.
You said enough. Gore knows two things. We crush spiders and things that sparkle. If there's more ahead, it's what we do. Maybe they'll one day tell you the story about how Gore crushed them. Gore kind of feeling himself kind of way off to the side, not crazy.
I have a question. Do your wings always bleed like that? Did you suffer a mortal wound?
No, not a wound. This is a gift. The god has blessed me well. Ask the stories. Gore used to be a great Oni, but he is getting back to that way because Gore, God blesses. He didn't always look back to. Ask the little ones. They'll tell you. It's only a matter of time before I'll be back to my old.
Yeah, as soon as you mention Oni, you see as he begins to sort of raise an eyebrow and look towards the blood. Well, if you are an Oni of the sorts, you'll see as kind of without fucking hesitation, he'll just sort of use his own sort of a claw and pierce the palm of his hand and draw a bit of blood and then hold it out and just say, manipulate this then.
And Gore. Oh boy, need a rest before he can do the. I can't do no maledect. Can I try to do Crimson Right, perhaps?
You can just do it and see what happens.
Okay.
That's more to yourself though, but you can see what happens.
Yeah, I'll I guess. And he does it sort of showing.
Do you say, well, question, do you say that you basically you're not able to sort of manipulate the blood, like his blood right now?
He would sort of grab his sword. Gore would in or way would stab his own hand to try to prove a point. So he would stab his own hand and do the Crimson Right and show his sword light up and be like, the gods haven't showed me to manipulate others, but Gore's definitely found ways to kind of let just the Crimson Right to let that little lightning kind of spark up his hand. Take that 2 hits of damage, but yeah.
It seems to be that's. Actually, real quick, he's gonna fucking martial check you. All right. He is going to. We'll say wisdom. Or wait, hold on. It's intelligence for him. He has expertise. Ugh. Sheesh. So that is 5 plus 2 plus, oh wait, hold on, plus, is it 4 plus 4 plus 8, 5 plus 8, 13, he's at least able to know a little bit, but that's it. And he'll just look over and say, impressive, but you have much to learn before you're able to probably invoke the power of the rest of your kind. And I want you to know, cause Gore, this is probably the first time anybody has actually acknowledged you to really be an Oni.
Yeah, he was kind of, he's and he would be like, big wise one, you see the truth. And Gore would go out and kind of like put out his bloodied hand to like sort of hand a blood hand out.
he will look at the hand and he will look towards the palm and look towards the mark and then reach to shake with the other hand instead.
Gore will do. I mean, whatever.
You look at it as like, huh? So I guess he figured that out too.
And then Gore would be like, Gore has the blue swirls on.
Yes.
Okay. And he shake hands. And he would notice the mark on his hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would notice
Gore
the red
like,
triangle.
And yeah, he would shake like, Gore notices your god's. Gore will figure this one out. Shows him.
I don't worship gods like you do. That is one thing you should know almost immediately.
And Gore will be like, we all have our own ways. And Gore doesn't preach for you to worship, but he knows what his is done. Yeah, I don't think Gore be bothered if somebody else did believe in it. Yeah.
Everybody make a history check for me real quick. 15, 13, 14. 14, it's not bad, not bad. All right, are those all the rolls?
Yep.
All right.
Addy?
If you want.
Addy's not about story time.
You got it.
Addy, you rolling?
Yeah, about story time. Well, that's fine.
Hold on, hold up.
He's coming in hot. He's coming in hot.
Yeah.
It's literally loading. 1 second.
Well, for those of you who rolled well, pretty much all of you guys rolled high enough. Oh no, not with a 3. Oh no. Oh my goodness, that's another raid.
Amnesia, bro. Amnesia's strong, bro. Strong.
Oh man, that'd be a set.
Yeah, that -2 is hilarious.
Hey yo guys, we got raided a 3rd time. Thank you, Critical Misses, for the 11 viewer raid. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness. Hello, hope your stream and everything went well. Alright. That said, you will see as Hannibal will begin to say, well actually, excuse me, with your history checks, you guys would know that Leonin, at least from what you are all aware of, they typically come from the Forbidden Expanse, if not there, from bits and parts of the jungles of Jaded Dragon Valley. But the main thing that you know about them is these individuals do not mess with gods or anything of this of the likes. But one thing that you did notice, that he said he does not worship gods as you do, implying that he maybe does worship a god or something similar, which is almost, well, which is extremely strange and almost impossibly rare for a Leonin to do.
Zaman would say, interesting. I thought the Leonins didn't worship gods. I thought you might even despise the gods.
That is true. From my kind and whatnot, but I worship the Leonin god. Despite the irony of it, one of our kin were able to eventually become a god long ago.
Gore's eyes will kind of perk up, for different reasons, but
In your sort of realm, you do understand how the gods work and how they differ from land to land, correct?
Not exactly.
You guys know kind of to an extent when you guys met or saw the giant statue of Erebos. And it was a different interpretation, remember?
Yep. They're not quite the same as what we saw them.
Yeah, they always look different based off of which realm, or which area you guys are in. But Hannibal will just say, though his name rings true to be Atashi, you would probably know them in this realm to be Susano. And as that happens, you see as the sky above begins to sort of crack and break at that name, and you look towards it as it begins to flicker immediately before your very eyes as it shatters, and it turns from a sky of night to a brightened sky of day. However, as that happens, we are at time, so that is where I will have to call the session, sadly.
Copy.
Oh, goodness. Lots and lots of lore.
Man, the Lord don't.
Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, hope you guys all enjoyed all of that sort of session. That was a freaking wild one. Lots and lots of lore, lots of combat, and more. But I gotta go break down chat and everything. Holy fuck, we have 60 people watching right now. What the fuck?
Yeesh.
Jeez. Hey, everybody, hit that follow button if you're enjoying.
Make it to exhaustion
Boom.
4. They all want to know, will I make it to exhaustion 4? They all want to know.
Oh man, but hey, if any of you guys were enjoying that, hit the follow button. It does help us out. We're actually getting really close to our Twitch follow goal of 1,200 people. But I'm gonna break down stream. I'll go talk to them for 2 seconds. Be right back, guys. Oh boy. Hold up 1 second. Deafen. There we go. All right, thank you guys, everybody. Thank you guys for everybody who decided to tune in to watch, especially the people who were watching from the beginning. I see a couple people. I see a couple of you guys. But yeah, my name is SenseiSuplex. I'm essentially a professional dungeon master, who pretty much gives actionable tips on how to make your games pretty much the most fun they can possibly be, and figure or teach you ways on how to enhance your games. We do that on the likes of YouTube and as well as on Twitch and many other sort of platforms. So hey, go check out the socials and you guys can go find me there. But also, on top of that, I run a giant persistent universe alongside several other dungeon masters like myself, in a grand universe known as Project Aurora. It basically every single campaign, and we have a lot. But they can all affect each other in big or small ways in real time in this sort of MMO D&D experience. We actually have our next game. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? I don't think we have a game Tuesday, unless I'm crazy. I don't think we have a game Wednesday, I know for sure. So that'll be Wednesday, and that's ran by Saint Stella, and that's gonna be at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Join the Discord, get involved with the community, because we'd love to have you, and then you'll get notified whenever we go live and all that stuff. Also, hey, Mandaria, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. But that's all I got. The next stream is gonna be, and also thank you for the T1 sub, John Jones. Appreciate you, buddy. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Next stream is going to be Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, where we're going to see the ridiculous shenanigans of the Ascent taking on Tony Takedown and Stan the Man Suplex. I'm talking about, did you come in at the end? I'm sorry, Mandara, you really did. I'm so sorry. Oh man. But yeah, we just wrapped up. Oh man, I gotta get. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll make it work. I don't know. I'll run a game for you or something. We'll figure it out. But yeah, they're dealing with the Project Aurora Legends Stand the Man Suplex and Tony Takedown. They're zombified versions of Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, and just Hulk Hogan. It's absolutely hilarious and it's ridiculous. So if you want to see WWE SmackDown and D&D for this wacky boss fight, go check it out on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's it. Hey, that's all I got for you guys. So I'm going to see you all later. Be sure to hit the follow button. Be sure to join the Discord, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. Whoa. We can freaking raid into somebody. What am I doing? What the hell? See, Sensei, you do this Twitch streaming thing. You kind of know how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to raid into somebody. And if we can't find any friends to raid into, we're going to just pick some random person who doesn't have too many viewers, and we're just going to make their day. I don't see anybody on the Rolling Together Twitch team, so we're going to drop on over to twitch.tv, see if there's anybody online. Who can we raid today? And then I guess if we can't find that, maybe we can just take raid suggestions or something. It's loading. It's loading. All right, Matt Colville streaming, Fresh and Fit streaming. Oh, Animus is streaming. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so this isn't really a D&D stream. This isn't a D&D stream, I will tell you this, but I will, Animus is a freaking fantastic individual. They actually stream, or they're actually part of the Secrets in the Sands game that I play on Sundays, or I DM for on Sundays. They've been a fantastic individual, part of the community for a long time, for almost like 2 years or so at this point. So, hey, we're gonna raid into them. Shut the freak up, me. We're gonna raid into them, and then I want each and every single one of you just freaking tell them that they're freaking awesome, and make sure to leave a follow on the stream and just hang out with them. They're playing Borderlands, so hey, if you like Borderlands, stick around. But it would mean the world to me if you guys could do that. All right. I'm gonna try to hit the raid channel button as soon as like Streamlabs stops breaking. This is why I need to switch to OBS, but it's fine. It is fine. Animus 9. Boop, there we go. All right, everyone, gather forth. This is the time to raid is now. Gather your swords, your shields, and your staves, as it is time to drown this individual in follows. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys. Have a good one, and make sure to lead the charge in the raid. Oh, man.